So I think it's time for us to meet the newest team in the NHL, the New Mexico Bandits, with their AHL affiliate being the Kansas Outlaws. I'm going to be taking over as GM and head coach of the New Mexico Bandits, and we're going to turn this team into an absolute dynasty. We're going to have 10 years to turn this New Mexico Bandits team from a team having no players on the roster because we're about to head into the expansion draft to Stanley Cup champions not once, not twice, not 3 times. We're going for 5 Stanley Cups over the next 10 years. Now the New Mexico Bandits are going to be in the Central Division because honestly I think that just makes the most sense for the team, and it looks like they're going to be jumping to the 2nd overall pick, and that's going to be huge for us. Now like usual, when it comes to the expansion draft, I'm not going to show every single pick here because that would get a bit tiring. You guys don't need to see every single pick, but Lucas Dostal, you're going to be the first guy brought to the team. Brandon Carlo, you're the next. I can't pass up on Brandon Carlo. Brandon Carlo, a stick on the ice legend, and speaking of stick on the ice legends, Henry Jokiharju is going to be available here. That wouldn't be a bad pickup either. But instead of Henry Jokiharju, I think we're going to go with a young Ryan McLeod. Now the Carolina Hurricanes are bugging. They didn't protect Kochetkov. Kochetkov's going to be available here for selection. No, that team's a while, and how is Kochetkov available? That makes no sense, but we're certainly going to bring him to the team. And the next guy we have to bring to the team here, Patty Maroon, just cuz. Now this next selection is going to be a tough one. Do we go with Casey Milstead or do we go with Samuel Girard? Samuel Girard would be an elite defenseman for us, especially if we can keep him long term, but Casey Milstead could be a really good playmaker for us. You know what? I usually don't have good luck with Casey Milstead turning into an elite player, so we're going to go with Samuel Girard. Now this is going to be another big time play for us. Maverick Bourque, I've had you on my teams a lot in the past, and you've usually turned into a pretty good player, so I'm going to be stealing you from the Dallas Stars. And you know what? If we're going to be stealing Maverick Bourque, Rasmussen wouldn't be a bad pickup either. He's a good young sniper, could develop into a stud for us, so we're going to bring him to the team. 3.2 for the next 5 years, that's a great deal. Now Sam Bennett, although I don't think you're going to be a part of this team's future, you could be a good guy for year number 1, so we're going to bring you to the team here, and then don't be surprised if you get traded in the future. Alright, you already know who I'm going with when it comes to the LA Kings. Kaliev, welcome to the team, another stick on the ice legend. Now almost every single time I've done an expansion draft, I've always selected Keandre Miller, but today we're actually going to be taking a different route, and who am I going to be selecting? Capo Caco. Trust me on this selection, bro's going to turn to like an 89 overall. Now although I haven't done a ton of rebuilds so far in NHL 25, one guy has definitely turned into an early stick on the ice legend. Zamula, welcome to the team. Bro turns into a stud basically every single time I have him on the team. Now of course, the St. Louis Blues are going to have a ton of great players to select. Joel Holford to be our backup goaltender. I'm definitely doing that. Now I'm going to go back over to the Nashville Predators because I originally selected Scott Wedgwood, but now that I have Joel Holford on the team, we'll pick somebody else up. Moving on over to the Vancouver Canucks, we have another stick on the ice legend, Hoglander. In most circumstances, I would bring you to the team, but you know what? We're actually still going to bring you to the team here. I was contemplating Dakota Joshua, but no, we got to go with our man Hoglander. And then this might be a bit of a controversial pick, but I think I can unlock Pierre-Luc Dubois' potential. We're going to take that risk. Pierre-Luc Dubois, you are not that guy right now, but I'm going to turn you into that guy. And then with our final selection, I've decided we're going to go with Morgan Barron, and I'm not allowed to pick Morgan Barron. Okay, I might be losing my mind here. I'm trying to bring Morgan Barron to the team, and I'm not allowed to. You may not pick this forward. You have too few goaltender and defender slots remaining for the required minimums. I have 9 of 9 defensive slots filled and 3 of 3 goaltender slots filled. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, so I guess we'll go with Dylan Samberg. I'll bring him to the team. Alright, I guess that's who we have to go with here, but it doesn't matter. The New Mexico Bandits have built themselves a pretty solid team here. Are we going to be competitive in year number 1? Absolutely not. I think there's no way this team's competitive in year number 1. However, once we get to year 2 and giving these guys a year to develop, we could be looking at a pretty special team. So here we go. It's going to be our first draft and our first chance of bringing an elite player to the team. And you know what? Ken McMuffin, I am bringing you to the team just because of your name. Yeah, you have elite potential and you're a 79 overall, but your name is Ken McMuffin. Bro, I don't even have to contemplate that. We are bringing McMuffin to the team, and I'm immediately making him our captain. I'm not passing up on McMuffin. I immediately got a 70 potential player. We're going to pretend that didn't happen. Okay, so we're not even going to waste our time here. We did 0 scouting. I mean, I didn't get to do any scouting. It's just the CPU did the scouting. But yeah, we're not wasting our time here. Let's trade these draft picks. So I'm going to try to steal this future 2nd round pick away from the Buffalo Sabres. I'm going to say no to this package right here. But if I throw in a future 6th rounder, I think it will be enough. So I'm going to offer that over, but they're still saying no. So I guess we'll just head over to the Calgary Flames. Are they willing to trade their 2nd round pick? Actually, give me Colorado's 2nd rounder. I'll take this 6th round pick out. Can we do a 3rd and a 7th for that 2nd? They're saying no because they want the 6th round pick. But what if instead of the 7th rounder, I give you the 6th? Then we'll be able to get this deal done. And then to finish this draft off, because we're not wasting our time here, a 2nd rounder from the Carolina Hurricanes. So we have 3 2nd rounders heading into the next draft. We're setting ourselves up for a lot of success. So I gave every single player in the NHL an extra year in their contract, just so when we move into season number 1, we have the exact same rosters in the NHL as we should on day number 1 of the 2024-2025 season. But with that being said, we still have to go with some extensions. So we're going to start with Sam Bennett here, and you know what? You actually could be a part of this team's future if you're willing to accept a deal like this. So how about we do 4.3 for the next 5 years. We have a lot of money in cap space, and if I don't have to give you a no trade clause or anything, this is a great deal. Romanov, I think you have the potential to be a star defenseman for us, but what's that going to cost for us? It looks like it's going to be $4.2 million for the next 4 years. That's definitely a deal I can live with. Beauvillier, I think we might just ride out your contract. I don't think you're actually going to turn into a superstar player for us. Kaliev, I do want to lock you down to a very reasonable deal. And where are we going to be looking at? It looks like it's going to be 2 years at $1.9 million. Actually, we'll just make that a 2x2. I think that's pretty fair for him. Now, the one guy I did want to give a long-term deal immediately, or try to get a long-term deal done, was Capo Caco, but I actually can't give him a deal right now. Maverick Bork, I see the potential in a guy like you, so we're going to try to lock you down for the next 4 years. We're going to be looking at $2.5 million for the next 4. And speaking of potential, that's something Ryan McLeod's got, so we'll give him $1.6 million for the next 2 years. Klim Kostin, you're still young enough that you can play on our bottom 6, so here's 1.7 for the next 2 years. I mean, you don't even have to play on our bottom 6, but you know what? I think that's where you're going to play. Now, realistically, I think every single player is going to be getting a deal here except for Patrick Maroon. I don't even know if Patrick Maroon is going to play for us this season, if I'm being honest. I kind of just brought him onto the team for the memes, but now that I'm thinking about it, does Patrick Maroon actually fit on this team? Jordan Harris, here's 1.7 for the next 3 years, another really cheap deal. Moving on over to goaltending, we have Joel Hofer to give a contract to, and that's going to be $1.4 million for the next 2 years. St. Louis legend Joel Hofer, he's definitely got to stay on this team. And then Lucas Dostal, I can do $1.3 million for 1 season. So with all the extensions given out, let's move into next season. So every single player on the team said yes, except for Sam Bennett. So now we have to go back around to him. And what's he going to be looking for? We do $5.4 million for the next 6 seasons. Now just look at this team right here. We're definitely going to be getting number 1. And I'm not talking first in the entire league. I'm talking the number 1 overall pick. This team is not good right here. We are not going to be competing for a Stanley Cup in year number 1. I can tell you that right now. However, in 5 years, we could be somewhat competitive. I mean, it's not even going to take 5 years. Give us 2 seasons and we'll be pretty competitive. Before we get to this season, though, we got to make some big time trades. Yeah, so you remember that thing I said about me making a couple trades because we have some good players that aren't playing for us? Well, we're at the very bottom of the salary cap floor right now, so we actually can't afford to make a trade. Yeah, it's a tough situation. I mean, the one guy we could trade for is like Erica Branson. We could trade for Brendan Gallagher, and then with their contracts, we'll be able to reach the salary cap floor. But yeah, I don't really want to trade for those guys, so we're just going to rock with the team we have here. We're going to go compete for a Stanley Cup. That might be a complete lie. We might be competing for the first overall. We'll see what happens this season. At least the coach is being honest here. Bro doesn't even think we can make the playoffs. I agree with you. This team's going to be very bad. However, there is one thing we can do right off the rip. 5-on-5 focused. Let's get that offensive awareness up. Let's get that defensive awareness up. And then everyone on this team will be a 90 overall by year 3 because that's how it works. So while we simulate season number 1, subscribe to the channel. We're still not at 70K. Subscribe. You're watching this video for a reason. Subscribe. So I don't know how to feel about the New Mexico Bandits right now because we're not a bad team. Like, we're 13th in the entire league. We're actually in the upper echelon. A 33-22-7 record. Offensively, we're terrible. Defensively, we're amazing. I was kind of hoping for the first overall pick in this upcoming draft because I think it would be Gavin McKenna. Actually, no, it wouldn't. Gavin McKenna's not for 2 years. Never mind, just ignore that I said that. But this team has performed way better than I was expecting, and we're actually making a push for the Stanley Cup. If we're going to make a push for the Stanley Cup here, we might as well win in year number 1. The team's looking elite so far, but you know what? We could look a bit better after making a couple trades. And one guy I was kind of interested in trading for at the beginning of the season, but I never checked who his no trade clauses are for. Patrick Laine. I do believe he has a no trade clause. Is he willing to come to the New Mexico Bandits? If he is, that's going to be huge for our team. Now, unfortunately, Patrick Laine not interested in coming to the team. That's certainly going to hurt us. I mean, he only fits on the 4th line, so I mean, that wouldn't help us in the slightest. But yeah, I was kind of hoping to bring Patrick Laine to the team. All right, so I want to make a big splash here at the trade deadline. We're going for a Stanley Cup. Shane Pinto and Carrier, both of you guys are healthy scratches for us, but one guy that wouldn't be a healthy scratch, Brock Besser. He's going to be brought to the team. Tay Beluga's also going to be brought here. We just have to do it to make the contracts work. I don't think we're going to be able to go 2 for 2 here. We're going to have to throw some draft picks into this deal, but that's not the end of the world because you trade for a handful of picks. So we're going to start with a 3rd round pick and a 4th rounder. I don't think it's going to take too much more than this, but this is just where we're starting. They're saying no to that. What if we use some of the 2nd round picks we acquired? Now, I know these don't fit the Vancouver Canucks trade block, but I think if I throw enough 2nd round picks in this deal, they're going to say yes to that. So they're going to say no to that first one. How about another 2nd round pick? This one from the Carolina Hurricanes. Brock Besser, welcome to the team. Also, we're getting pretty lucky. Brock Besser signed a very reasonable deal. He's going to be sticking around for the next how many years? He signed this deal with the Vancouver Canucks, but $7.6 million? I'll take it. Well, the New Mexico Bandits did something I didn't think would be possible in year number 1 of this rebuild. This team made the playoffs, 14th in the entire league, a 42-30-10 record. Our offense was atrocious, but I think we might have had the best defense in the entire league. We had a top 10 defense. The top 10 defense part doesn't really surprise me too much, but making the playoffs surprises me a ton. Like, there is no reason this New Mexico Bandits team should have made the postseason. Brock Besser, you were a great pickup, leading the way with 82 points, but look at Rasmussen, 83 overall. Bro picked up 36 goals and 36 assists for 72 points. Samuel Girard, 71 51 points. Pierre-Luc Dubois, 57 points. He's kind of filling the role nicely on this team, so maybe I made the right decision bringing him to the team. This team doesn't look horrid. Like, the fact that we're not looking like an absolutely atrocious team right now, this is giving me a lot of hope for the future. Now, we're going to be taking on the Winnipeg Jets, but there is one stipulation I haven't mentioned yet. I'm allowed to play some of the games. So here's what the rules are. I'm allowed to jump into one game per series. One game in the first round, one game in the second round, one game in the conference finals, one game in the Stanley Cup final. Based on what we've seen in the past video, there's a couple more rules on top of that. So at the very minimum, I'm not allowed to jump in until the third period. If I'm losing the game by 3+ goals, I can play the entire third period. If I'm losing by only 2 goals, I can't jump in until the halfway point. Okay, I gotta pause the simulation here. Yep, we're already down 3-0 in the series. Not too sure if I even want to play game 4. But as I was saying, if we're trailing by 1 goal or less, I'm allowed to play the final 5 minutes of that game. And of course, if it's tied heading into overtime, I can play the entirety of overtime. But right now, we have ourselves the tie game entering the third period. Now, there's a good chance I'm allowed to jump into this game. And I will jump into this game right here because I really want to avoid the sweep. I don't want to be getting swept in our first ever postseason appearance. That can't be happening for the New Mexico Bandits. So we're about to reach the 5-minute mark, but JJ Moses is going to pick up a massive goal here. Are we going to be able to hold on to that lead entering the final moments? We have 2 minutes left in this game, and we're going to be able to hold on to it. JJ Moses picking up another massive goal. We're taking this one 3-1. So we were able to survive the sweep in game number 4, and we're moving on to game number 5 here. Okay, the boys are kind of looking good here. We have a 2-1 lead entering the third period. Are we going to be able to make a 3-0 series comeback? It is possible. Neither Irish picking up a goal the second I finish that sentence. Not what we're looking for here. So it's a tied game, so at the very minimum, I can jump into the final 5 minutes of this one. We've reached the 7-minute mark, but Rasmussen's picking up a huge goal here, and he's giving us the lead in this game. Can we hold on for the final couple minutes here? If we're able to win this one, we're moving on to game 6. That's exactly what's going to be happening. Now, this is a huge game right here because I believe if we win game number 6, there's a very good chance we can win this series. We're down 1-0 entering the third period, but there is still a chance we can make a comeback. Like, 1-0 is definitely easy to come back from. Even 2-0 isn't the worst in the world. We're entering the second half of the third period. They're going to be picking up another massive goal here. It's time for me to jump in. We have 8 minutes left in this game, and I got to pick up 2 goals. Also, look at those jerseys. Absolutely elite. So we got ourselves 5-minute periods, 8:20 left in this game. We're definitely the underdog, no question about. Like, we really don't have that great of a team here, but you know what? Anything is possible. And Pierre-Luc Dubois is immediately trying to go to work here. He's looking to get something going. So here we go. We got a great chance, a 2-on-1. Why is my team so slow? Capo Caco was looking to throw that towards the net, but nobody was able to catch up. We're going to swing it back to the defense. Samuel Girard's going to tee one up, but that's going to be blocked. We'll send it back to the defense. Girard's teeing up another one. How did I time that perfectly? And that was as hard as you hit the puck. Bro got 0 contact on that shot whatsoever, even though I timed it perfectly. So this is a big time face off. We have 4 minutes left in the game. If we can win this face off, we'll have a great chance at a goal, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing. Carlo's going to send it back to Girard. Girard's going to tee one up here. He had enough space, got it towards the net, but Hellbuck's making that huge save. Look at Samuel Girard turning on the Jets here. He's getting past the defense, but Connor Hellbuck's going to say no. You know what? We're going to try to throw that over to Carlo. Carlo's going to get it. He's going to wrap around the net. Psych, he's not wrapping around the net. He's looking for somebody. Send it back to the point. Rasmussen's going to tee that one up. We just can't get anyone open right now. Now, did I get a bit too confident in my abilities? Absolutely. But you know what? We had to take the risk. Beauvillier, can you turn on the Jets here and get past the defense? Yes, you can. So at least we're going to be picking up 1 goal, but never mind. No, he isn't. Klim Kostin, can you throw a puck towards the net? What happened to Beauvillier? Why is he slow to get up? Bro got injured when I have injuries off. Ain't no way that happened. So Mula, I guess you're going to be taking the last shot here. You're going to try to throw a backhander towards the net, but it doesn't matter. We're going to be losing this one. But seriously, what happened to Beauvillier? Like, I don't know what happened to Bro. Like, I guess he got injured, but why are you so slow to get up? Like, we enter the final 10 seconds right around here. So it's going to take Bro a good, like, 4 seconds just to get off the ice. Like, he barely got out of the offensive zone in time. He crashed into Connor Hellbuck at, like, the 20-second mark, and then didn't get out of the offensive zone till the 5-second mark. Actually, make that the 3-second mark. What happened to you? I mean, in those final seconds I played, I did as much as I could there. We had a couple great opportunities, but you know what? We just couldn't capitalize. We're going to be falling in the first round, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't think that's too bad, considering I didn't even think this team had a chance to make the playoffs, and I thought we were going to get the first overall pick. At the end of the day, we were just completely outmatched to the Winnipeg Jets. Like, we had no business even competing with this team. We should have been competing for the first overall pick, but the Edmonton Oilers are going to be Stanley Cup champions, taking down the New York Rangers. The New Mexico Outlaws clause, we're showing a lot of potential in that game. Kaliev's going to lead the way, 4 points. JJ Moser, 4 points, including 2 goals. He showed him big time moments. Capo Caco's picking up 4 points, up to an 85 overall. That's why I selected him. I saw the potential in a guy like Capo Caco, and he's living up to that potential. And then, of course, Brandon Carlo, 87 overall. Bro's a beast like usual. Now, when it comes to goaltending, Kochetkov, I mean, you did what you could here. 88 overall. You've got yourself an X factor now, a 925 and a 261. We just have to get the offense going in front of you. Like, these are Stanley Cup winning numbers as long as we can score goals, and we weren't able to do that this time around. So after that expected loss in the first round, it's time for us to move on to the draft here. And we're going to be starting off with a decent prospect with the 20th overall pick, a medium top 4 potential defenseman starting off as a 69 overall. Alright, so we're basically in the exact same situation we were last season, where the draft's looking absolutely cooked here. I'm going to try to get a future second and third rounder from the Winnipeg Jets. They're saying no to that. They want a 5th round pick as well. I mean, at this point, why don't I just give you all of our draft picks and we get something done here? So I'll trade you a 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th rounder, and you give me a 2nd, 3rd, and 4th rounder. I think that's a fair deal. Alright, so Capo Caco is going to be a star for us. And you know what? I want to lock him down to an 8-year deal. Let's get this man locked down. I see Capo Caco being a star player for us. I want to see if we can lock him down to an 8-year deal. He's looking for $5.5 million if we do that. Let's try to get that down a little bit. So I made a promise to Capo Caco. I was going to make him a top 6 player for us. But if you're going to be a top 6 player for us, $4.7 million for the next 6 years. We got to save a bit of money on that contract, and it looks like we're going to be able to. So Capo Caco is going to be sticking around for a while, and he's going to be a stud. So we don't have too many players we have to re-sign here, but I will give McMuffin his rookie deal. I didn't sign him last season. I want to give him 1 more year to develop, but now he's going to be joining the team here. JJ Moser, of course, I got to re-sign you. Where are you going to be looking for? $5 million for the next 4? Let's get that a bit lower. How about we do 4.4 for the next 4 years? That's a pretty solid deal for you. Samula, we're going to be locking you down to a great deal as well. You're a stick on the ice legend. How many years can we do? That seems reasonable. We're going to do 4 years at $3.1 million. Teddy Bluger, I'll hold on to you this season, then you're going to be walking away. Pavel Dorofeyev, you've actually been a pretty solid bottom 6 player for us. And at this asking price, of course, I'm going to keep you on the team. 1.7 for the next 2. Barrett Hayton, honestly, I'm okay if you leave the team here, so I think we're just going to hold on to you. We'll qualify you as an RFA, then trade you away. Lomberg, don't really care too much about you. But Colson, you might be a bottom 6 piece this season. I haven't actually decided, so we're not going to give you an extension yet either. And then Lucas Dostal, we're not going to give you an extension quite yet. We're going to hold on for a little bit. Now, we do have $15 million we could work with, and if we want to, we could bring in a big name free agent. I'm looking at a guy like Shea Theodore. That'd actually be a really good pickup. Cam Atkinson obviously doesn't fit the timeline here, but does Shea Theodore really fit the timeline? Like, he's looking for a 5-year deal. He is 29 years old. If we don't have to give him a no trade clause or anything, this isn't a terrible deal. However, he is looking for a full no movement, and I can't do a full no movement. So how about we try something like this? 7.5 for the next 5 years, a modified no trade clause, 50% team protection. We'll see what happens. I'm not really expecting him to be accepting that deal, but you know what? I thought it was a pretty fair offer. We are going to make one other signing here. It's going to be Mantha, 2.7 for the next 2 years. For a bottom 6 player, he's immediately going to be joining the team. That's actually a pretty good deal. So the real question is Shea Theodore going to be accepting that offer? I highly doubt it, but best case scenario, he is. And yes, Shea Weber is one of our scouts now, so shout out to Shea Weber. He's going to be helping the team a ton here. And it looks like Shea Weber is going to be accepting the offer. That's actually a big move for us. By not giving him that full no movement and giving him a modified no trade clause, we can move him down the road. Okay, now I don't think we can get this deal done, but I still want to try it. 2 second rounders of Teddy Bluger for Trevor Zegras. They're going to say no to that. I'll give up 1 defenseman in this deal. I'm not really too sure who that defenseman is going to be. I guess it could be Romanov, but if I'm giving up Romanov, I want to take 1 of the second rounders out. I'm going to offer this over. They're saying no. What else is it going to take realistically? Like, if I give you a 3rd round pick or something, is that enough to be the difference? Please allow me to bring Trevor Zegras to the team. That's great. Now, Trevor Zegras, I actually don't plan on keeping you on this team. We're going to flip you, because now Trevor Zegras, as well as our 1st round pick for 2027, is going to be flipped over to the San Jose Sharks. William Eklund, a 4th and 5th rounder, are going to be acquired. It's kind of funny. That exact same package I sent over to the Anaheim Ducks, I offered to the San Jose Sharks, except with that 1st round pick. So basically the exact same assets. They wouldn't give me William Eklund for all those assets there. However, once I did a bit of 3-team trading, not only do we get William Eklund, but we get a 4th and 5th rounder as well. Sometimes the 3-team trade is just a lot easier. So after our discussion with William Eklund, we're going to be saving a ton of money in this deal. It's going to be 6.1 for the next 7 years. He's going to be given a no movement clause in the final 3 years, but I'm perfectly fine with that because I plan on keeping him on this team for the rest of the rebuild. Now, I'm not going to lie, in year number 1, I had such low expectations for this team. I didn't expect too much. Now that we've moved into year number 2, I have very high expectations for us. We've got to be a top 10 team in the entire league. The offense is looking great. The defense is looking amazing here. But on top of all of that, 88 overall Kochetkov, he's going to lead us to greatness here. I think we might be a top 5 team. I might be getting a bit ahead of myself, but you know what? The team showed a lot of promise last season, and with everyone being better, I'm expecting big things. So in year number 1, we had dreams of the 1st overall pick. Now we have dreams of finishing 1st overall. The New Mexico Bandits, a 37-20-5 record. The offense is still very mid. Like, yeah, we need to start scoring goals here. I don't know why we're not scoring more goals. We're just not. Offensively, we just haven't been good enough. The bottom six is what's really holding us back here. Yeah, that's tough. That's real tough. I actually don't know what's going on here. Like, I feel like our third line should be really good. Hoglander, 87 overall, 87 overall Kaliev. I mean, goaltending wise, Kochekov's looking great. 31 wins, 5 shots, a 915 to 258. Like, he's looking fantastic. But we just don't score goals here. Now, what is it going to take for us to score goals? I'm not too sure. Like, do I really want to make any trades here? Like, if I were to trade somebody, it would be somebody on the bottom six. I completely forgot to put McMuffin in the lineup. But you know what? This might be for the betterment of the team because he's going to play some bottom six minutes. He's going to dominate in the AHL. Yeah, that was the plan all along. Ken McMuffin, once he's in the AHL, and then you'll jump into the lineup. No, but in all seriousness, like, what's the actual plan here? Like, Capo Caco, what are you doing? You actually have really good numbers on the second line, so I'm happy that you're here. Hoglander, you're not really filling the right role here, so I might trade you away. But then again, I kind of like you on that third line, so I think we're going to keep you on the team. I don't think we're going to make any moves here. I like the team that we have. Yeah, we might not be simulating the best, but if I have to jump into any of these games, I want all these guys on the ice for me. So the New Mexico Bandits are going to have a decent finish to the season. I mean, I was expecting a bit better. 47, 29, 6. I mean, I can't really complain too much about that. 3.11 goals per game. I will complain about that, though. We got to be better offensively. We got to score some more goals here. But you know what? I can guarantee you this is going to happen. We're going to step up offensively in the playoffs. We've been a very mid offensive team the entire season, but watch the postseason come around and this team just completely steps up and we start scoring goals like crazy. Kochetkov continue to be pretty solid here and we'll win a Stanley Cup. We have the Colorado Avalanche in the first round. It's going to be a tough task. This matchup could really go either way. So the Bandits are looking to make some big time moves heading into the first round matchup here. We're going to be taking 3 of the first 4 games. Is it simulating faster? That seemed to simulate way faster. I don't know what it is, but this simulated way faster than normal. Like, it was fast enough where it actually stood out to me that I was like, wow, that simulated way faster than normal. I don't know why it did, but it did. We're moving on to our next matchup. We're taking on the Dallas Stars. We'll see if that continues. Like, nothing has happened between the last video we recorded and this one, but it just seems to be simulating a bit quicker. Now it's not really simulating as fast, but we're scoring goals. We scored 10 goals in game number 4. This is a perfect example of what I was talking about. For some reason, our offense is going to wake up in the playoffs. We've got the Anaheim Ducks up next. Are we really going to be winning a Stanley Cup in year number 2 here? I know the New Mexico Bandits are an elite team, but I didn't think we were this good. We are 1 game away from the Stanley Cup final. 1 game away from the Stanley Cup final in year number 2. All right, we just got to keep on rolling. Like, this team just keeps on winning games. I don't know why we're dominating the way we are, but you know what? I'm not going to complain. So here we are, the Stanley Cup final, taking on the Florida Panthers. The New Mexico Bandits haven't been stopped yet, and I don't think we're going to be stopped. Can we win game number 4 and have a 3-1 series lead? It doesn't look like it. Moving into game 5, this is going to be a big one, and in game 5, we're going to be showing up. So we have game 6 coming up here. Can we close it out and win the Stanley Cup? It doesn't look like it. Game 7 for the Stanley Cup. I might be jumping into this one. The New Mexico Bandits have been looking absolutely elite so far, and it looks like the offense continues to be elite. We're picking up 2 goals in the first period. In the second period, we're going to keep on picking up goals, but it is a 1-goal game right now. We got to be careful in this one. Like, I can't just go ahead and trust the CPU because this is exactly what would happen. Schultz is going to be picking up a massive goal, and now we have ourselves a tie game. But it doesn't matter because Pierre-Luc Dubois is going to respond seconds later. Actually, it wasn't really seconds later. It was 5 minutes later, but the point's still going to stand here. We have the lead entering the final moments of this game, and Sam Bennett's going to pot the insurance goal for us. We're Stanley Cup champions in year 2. That happened really quick. Like, I was originally saying, it's going to be 3 years before this team is somewhat competitive, and we won in year number 2. The New Mexico Bandits are about to build a dynasty, aren't we? And just think, Hoglander, Kaliev, both you guys were on the trade block. I was thinking about trading you away, and thankfully I didn't. We're Stanley Cup champions here, but did you guys show up in the big time moments? Sort of. I mean, Kaliev had 7 points, but he was +0, -0, whatever you want to call it. Bro was a 0. And then when it comes to Hoglander, actually he was really good. 7 goals, 4 assists for 11 points. Bro stepped up in the big time games, and so did this man right here, Kochetkov, a 16-4-2 record, a 910 to 281. How did we just do that? The New Mexico Bandits, Stanley Cup champions in year number 2. I didn't even have to jump into any of these games. I think this team's going to keep on rolling though. All right, now it'd be really useful if we actually had some good scouts on our team. Like, the highest overall scout we have right now is a B, and B scouts really can't do too much for you. So yeah, we're just going to trade all these picks away. Move over to the Dallas Stars next. Can we secure a 2nd and 3rd rounder? I don't think we're going to be able to, but you know what? We might be able to. All right, we finessed them. We got a 2nd and 3rd rounder for a 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Dallas is wildin'. So Barrett Hayton and Colson are both going to be qualified as RFAs. Actually, I shouldn't even qualify Barrett Hayton because his qualifying offer is more than what he's asking for. I mean, it's actually about the same. We're going to qualify him as an RFA. Everyone else is going to be walking here. Lucas Dostal, maybe I bring you back to the team. What are you looking for? 800K for the next 2 years? I'll bring you back. All right, so we didn't have to do much during the re-sign phase, but now it's time to make some big moves here. Carlo's going to be the first one. 6.9 million. I don't hate that deal. 6.9 million. I'm not having to give you a no trade clause or anything. I'll definitely do that. So So it's going to be 6.4 for the next 3 years. I'll keep you till you're 32 years old, and then we'll figure out what to do from there. Samuel Girard, I think you're a key piece of this team for the future, but I want to do longer than 3 years. So if we do a 4-year deal with a modified no trade clause and do $7 million, are you willing to say yes to that? I think that's a pretty solid deal for you. So I'm going to offer that over. He's going to be accepting on the spot. That was a good deal for us. Moving on over to Kaliev. He's turned into a bottom 6 player for us, and I don't think we're actually going to give him a deal yet. We're going to hold off for a little bit. Actually, what's $2.8 million for 1 year? $2.8 million for 1 year. Kaliev returns for another year. We win another Stanley Cup. It's pretty obvious what the right decision is. Klim Kostin, I'll keep you on the team. 1.5 for 1 season. Mantha, if we can do a 1-year deal with you, I'll keep you on the team, but you're looking for 3 years. But 3 years at $2.3 million is not too bad, so I'll actually keep you on this team as well. Ryan McLeod, okay if you walk. Harvey Pinard, you can walk as well. And then Pokolzin, I qualified you as an RFA. We'll see what happens with you. But the real big extension comes with Kochetkov here, and he's going to be getting the big time dollars, but he's only looking for a 3-year deal. Honestly, that's not the end of the world. We'll do 3 years at $5.7 million, and then with the $2 million he's getting paid right now, we have him for another 4. And if we're signing goaltenders, we might as well give Joe Hofer a deal, $800K for next season. So you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's run it back with the exact same team. Let's just go back to back here. A lot of the young guys got better. A lot of the core guys got better. This entire team got better across the board. So I'm expecting we're going to do big things once again. So if you didn't think we were good enough last season, look at the core now. Rasmussen's an 87 overall. Look at all the X factors. Capo an 88 overall. Look at his X factors. And then there's the defense. The lowest overall being an 86 Middleton. No, we're absolutely stacked here. Goaltending's elite. Lucas Dossel is going to be the backup, I guess, over Joel Hofer. Not a fan of that, but you know what? We're going to roll with it. This team's going back to back, plain and simple. Now, I'm absolutely stunned that we're not first in the entire league, considering we have a 44-19 record. But once again, it's that offense. We're not scoring enough goals here. Defensively, we're so incredibly elite, but we're not scoring enough goals here. So clearly, we got to make an addition. But do we have to make an addition? I mean, we're 44-19 right now. Who cares if we're not scoring goals? The team's looking elite here. The plus minuses are looking elite. And on top of all that, the goaltending numbers, they're elite. So if the entire team's looking elite, do I really want to try to mess anything up here? Like, realistically, who do we acquire that's actually going to help the goal scoring here? I don't think there really is anyone. Like, out of all the best players on the trade block, there's no super sniper that we can really bring to the team other than Andre Burakovsky. All right, we know what we're doing here. But Andre Burakovsky, I can't believe this. We're on your no trade list. You don't want to come to the New Mexico Bandits. I've never seen something more disrespectful. Andre Burakovsky, I thought you and I were friends. I thought we were best buds, and you don't want to come and join the New Mexico Bandits, my NHL franchise. You hurt my feelings, Burakovsky. How could you do that to me? Yeah, so we're just going to pretend that this didn't happen. We won 7 games after the trade deadline. I don't know what went wrong with this team. We completely collapsed in the final 20 games. I really don't have too much to say about that. Pierre-Luc Dubois, 64 points. He's up to an 86 overall, so he's turning into a pretty solid option for us. I'm really happy I took him in the expansion draft. But yeah, I don't know what happened to this team. We collapsed. Like, plain and simple, it was a collapse after the trade deadline, only winning 7 games. But you know what? We're on a bit of a heater heading into the postseason, but we do have a tough matchup in the first round. We got the Dallas Stars. Now, the Dallas Stars are one of the better teams in the NHL, but we're going to be stealing game number 1, but dropping game 2. Moving into game 3, we're going to be stealing that one as well. A 3-1 series lead. Can we take out the Dallas Stars in a 5-game series? Oh no, we got momentum. We're not looking at the playoff bracket. The New Mexico Bandits have been on an absolute roll. We are not losing games here. We're dropping game number 1 to the Colorado Avalanche. We're going to be dropping game 3, but you know what? We split the series so far. We're down to a best of 3 moving on here. Game 5 is going to be a huge game, and unfortunately, we're going to be dropping that one. We're off to game 6 elimination. Now, as long as New Mexico gives me an opportunity to win this game, I'm going to be able to do so. Casey Milstad's picking up a goal in the first period. In the second, we're going to be exchanging goals. We got ourselves a 1-goal game, so we're going to have to slowly simulate this one. Now, Shea Theodore is going to be picking up a massive goal in the third period here. We've reached the halfway point, so if we are going to be jumping into this one, more than likely it's going to be because it's a 1-goal game, and that's exactly what's happening. We're at the 5-minute mark exactly, and it's time for New Mexico to come back into this one. So there's 5 minutes and 5 seconds left in the third period here. We don't have too much time to get back into this game, but we're battling along the boards here. Carlo's got a step, but it looks like Wood's going to get in the way. Carlo picking that puck away. We're going to send it up to Brock Besser. Let's see if he's got a step on the defense. It looks like he does. Going to the backhand here, and more than likely that was Gorgiev in between the pipes. Of course, it's Gorgiev. Gorgiev's definitely going to be giving up a goal like that. I don't know why I'm trying to spread Gorgiev slander right now, but in the first 5 games so far this season, man, have the Colorado Avalanche been bad. I mean, it's not all Gorgiev's fault. Obviously, the defense has been bad too, but bro is getting lit up in every single game. So it didn't take us too long to strike. 3:17 left in this one. How about we win this this one so we don't need overtime. Like, let's try to avoid overtime here, and that's what Pierre-Luc Dubois is doing, diving towards the net, but he's going to get knocked off the puck. So we got 41 seconds left in this one. Sam Bennett's taking a big draw in here, and he's going to be winning that one. Why am I winning faceoffs all of a sudden? If you know me, I always lose faceoffs. Rasmussen's got speed. He's going to the backhand here, but Georgiev's going to make that save. Okay, Rasmussen's got some speed on him. We got to start utilizing that. And Rasmussen, you're going to have another step here. It's time for him to turn on the Jets. Bro, we were on superstar difficulty. Look at Georgiev making that save. Rasmussen's trying to go short side. There's a loose puck. We're going to keep on throwing it towards the net. 8 seconds left in this one. We're going to send it towards Siegenthaler. He's going to tee one up, but they're making the save there. We're off to overtime. Bro, how did Georgiev keep that out of the net? We timed it perfectly. He was exhausted, and we had the full pressure meter maxed out. No, he's just making big saves. After trying to spread that Georgiev slander earlier, he's showing up in big moments. A nice pass over to Kaliev, back over to Klim Kostin, but he's going to make the big time save there. Georgiev has been lights out ever since allowing that goal up until this point right here. How do we not... Oh, we do score. I was about to say, how do we not score there? But you know what? We are going to score. Klim Kostin's never given up on the play, and he's going to be burying the winner. We're off to Game 7 because of that massive goal. Shout out to Klim Kostin, a St. Louis legend. But yeah, what a weak goal to allow. It starts off with Georgiev's slander, then I start giving him a lot of props, and then he allows this goal. Klim Kostin not giving up on the play. Why is our man in the net here? Hold on, what happened? Devon Taves is just going to cross-check him in the back, throw him into the net. That's not going to work out. And because of that cross-check from Devon Taves, Klim Kostin's never going to give up on this play. Look at this shot he takes. There is no reason this shot right here should end up in the back of the net. How did that get under the pad? Okay, that's kind of ridiculous, I'm not going to lie. There is that much space for the puck to get under, and that's how we win. We didn't deserve to win like this. Like, I'm fine with winning the game, but not like this. That's just so cheap. So we got Game 7 coming up. The Bandits taking on the Colorado Avalanche. We allowed 4 goals in the first period. We're not coming back in this game. We lost 4-1. After scoring that overtime winner, the flukiest overtime winner, out shooting them 40-27, Georgiev's throwing his head and we lost. I got nothing to say. Georgiev outplayed us there, ain't no way. So the New Mexico Bandits had dreams of going back to back here. That's not going to be happening. But you know what? I still believe in the team we have here. We might have lost in Game 7, but you know what? We're showing a lot of potential. I do think we have to make some changes to the team though. We got to be able to score some more goals. That's the one thing holding us back right now. We're just not scoring enough. Capo Caco, what a stud. 88 overall, 9 goals, 8 assists for 17 points. Brock Besser looking great. Rasmussen's looking great as well. Pierre-Luc Dubois, I really like you here, and you've been a great player so far, but we might have to trade you away. I think we just have to tweak things a little bit. Kochetkov, your numbers just fell apart in the postseason. I need better from you. So we had back-to-back picks in the draft here. The 60th overall and the 59th overall. The only notable guy is going to be Wolf, but he's starting off as a 51 overall, so I highly doubt he develops in time. Alright, so I'm cooking up a deal with the Buffalo Sabres. Sam Bennett, I'm going to be honest, you've been a great player for us, but I just don't think you fit the timeline anymore. You're 31 years old, you're getting older, and I would like to get a bit younger. Zamula, you've been a healthy scratch, but you're up to an 87 overall because we've been setting it to 5-on-5 focused, so your trade value's gone up a ton. I'm going to trade these 2 players along with the 2nd and 3rd rounder, and I want to see if we can get Zach Benson in a 1st round pick. They're saying no. I don't think we can get this 1st rounder, maybe we can get a 2nd. So we'll see if we can get New Jersey's 2nd round pick in this deal. I feel like we should be able to. Buffalo's going to be accepting on the spot. That's a great trade for us. Now, part of the reason I'm trading all these draft picks away, once again, the draft is atrocious. Give me a 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round from the Winnipeg Jets. They're saying no. How about a 2nd and 3rd rounder? We got that deal done. Now, the only pick we have left is the 224th, and I guess I can use that pick. So this will be one of the few selections we make in the draft here. It has been absolutely cooked. Like, there is nothing good. I guess we'll go with low top 9. At least he's guaranteed to have that. So when it comes to the re-sign phase, Barrett Hayton, I think we're going to let you walk here. Although you're a good bottom 6 player, I just don't think we're going to be able to afford you. Ryan McLeod, what about you? What are you looking for? 1.8 million? We could do that. We'll do 1.7 million for the next 3 years. That'll be a pretty solid deal for you. You're basically going to play the exact same role as Barrett Hayton, but for a lot less money. Harvey Pinard, you're going to walk. Pekolzin, I guess I can give you a cheap deal. What are you looking for? Yeah, we can certainly do that. And then obviously we'll give this rookie who's a 72 overall his entry level contract. And then this medium top 9 potential player, you can get one too. So the only 2 guys are going to be losing here, Barrett Hayton and Harvey Pinard, and I'm perfectly fine with that. So we have ourselves a handful of players that need to be re-signed here. Zach Benson being one of them. We just acquired him, but now he's looking for an extension. And what's he going to be looking for here? I mean, the plan is to keep Zach Benson around for a long time. And you know what? We might just give him a no movement clause. So through giving Zach Benson a no movement clause, we're going to be saving $3 million per year. It's going to be 6.9 for the next 7, That's a great deal, and he's going to be accepting on the spot. Yeah, we're saving a ton of money right there. Maybe I shouldn't have traded Zamula because now Siegenthaler is looking for a deal, and I don't really know if we can keep him long term, but you know what? As long as he's not asking for a no trade clause, we can keep him on the team. So how about we do 5.7 for the next 4 years? I'll keep Siegenthaler around a bit more than what he's getting paid right now. Hollander, we have to trade you away. You have high elite potential. We're going to capitalize on that trade value. So this is the deal we're looking at. Rasmussen and 2 third-round picks can be sent over to the Dallas Stars. We bring in Logan Stankoven to be our second-line centerman. He's going to be a great sniper for us, 85 overall. I think this is going to work out for us. This is an easy deal to get done. Rasmussen and 2 third-rounders, now we finesse them. All right, so Hollander, we know you're not going to be coming back to the team. I'm going to package up you in a second-rounder over to the Penguins. We're bringing in Rudder McGroarty. He's going to play some bottom 6 minutes for us. Hopefully he doesn't get mad and request a trade, because you never know, that might happen. Now they're going to be saying no to that deal, but you know what? We know the 7th-round pick is going to make the difference, so I'll throw that into the deal, and we're going to get this one done. Now this might seem like a bit of a risk considering we don't really know where Lekkerimäki's going to fit on this team, but you know what? He's going to find a role in the bottom 6, so we're doing Pavel Dorfia straight up for Lekkerimäki, 1 for 1. That's a good deal for us. So we've traded a couple expiring contracts away. Jordan Harris, I don't plan on bringing you back to the team here. Sandberg, I don't think I'm going to bring you back to the team as well. Actually, 950k, we can do that. I might as well check Jordan Harris then, 800k, welcome back to the team. And we do have to re-sign one of these goaltenders. I can't give Joel Hofer a deal right now, but Lucas Dostal, where are you looking for? $2 million for the next 2? Yeah, I'm not doing that right now. I don't really want to give you $2 million to be the backup. So our forward core is really good here. You know what? I don't even care about that because look at our defense. Shea Theodore, 91 overall. Samuel Girard, 90 overall. JJ Moser, 89. Siegenthaler, 88. Jacob Milton, 85. Brandon Carlo, 91. This is the greatest defense you will ever see. There is a very good chance this season we allow less than 2 goals per game. Kochekhov's an 87 overall. This team's ready to win. Last season, the Colorado Avalanche might be able to beat us. That's not going to happen this time. We're simulating right to the end of the season, and we're winning a Stanley Cup. No doubt in my mind we're not coming out on top. So I was kind of hoping with the changes we made, the New Mexico Bandits would have a better offense here. A 48, 27, and 7 record's great and all, but 3.33 goals per game, we gotta be better than that. Defensively, we're the best in the entire league, but we just gotta start scoring goals here. We always know we're gonna step it up in the postseason. We'll start scoring some more goals there. Zach Benson, 69 points. Brock Besser, 68 points. William Eklund, 67. Capo Caco, 62. But Pierre-Luc Dubois, you were definitely a disappointing player for us, so I might be trading you away. We might bring in a different power forward next season. We need a bit of an upgrade when it comes to that position. And then Kochetkov, 38 wins, 89 overall. I mean, you did what you could this season, but all that matters is the team steps up right here. We're gonna have ourselves a tough matchup in the first round. Once again, we've got the Dallas Stars. We beat this team a handful of times. Let's go ahead and do it again. So the Dallas Stars will be a good matchup for us, but we're gonna be dropping game number 1. Luckily, we're gonna be responding with an overtime victory. If we make it 3 straight wins, we've split the series so far. Game number 5 is a big one. Don't be dropping game number 5 here. All right, I guess I'm jumping into game number 6. I feel like when you have this dominant of a team, I shouldn't have to jump into one of these games early on. We're going to be exchanging goals in the first period. In the second period, it's going to be a scoreless one. I guess we're going to see what happens here. Pierre-Luc Dubois is going to be picking up a massive goal, and Samuel Girard's going to be scoring just a couple seconds later. I think if we make it to the 10-minute mark and we still have this 2-goal lead, we're going to be okay. I'm going to simulate the rest of this game, and now we're off to game 7. So here we go, game 7 between the Bandits and Stars. The Dallas Stars are going to come out flying, picking up 3 goals in the first period. In the second period, though, we are going to be responding, so we're going to be simulating a bit of this game. But Tyler Seguin's picking up a massive goal here. We're trailing by 2. I might be jumping in sooner than later, but never mind. Logan Stankoven picking up a massive goal here. We're gonna have to wait till the 5-minute mark. Lindell's gonna pick up a massive goal, and now we gotta jump into this one. So I'm not gonna lie, that was a bit of a tough one. We ended up wasting an extra 2 minutes before we could jump into this one. Trailing by 2 goals. We got 8 minutes to work with here. We gotta go to work pretty quick. So Rasmussen's gonna be picking up a cross-checking penalty for the Dallas Stars. He's gonna be sending us to the power play. Even though Rasmussen's not on our team, he's still gonna be helping us. Now, as long as we can capitalize on this power play, we'll be in a good spot. If we don't capitalize, we could be in a bit of trouble. So look at Rudder McGroarty just weaving in between everyone. McMuffin's going to get it. We're going to send it back to the point. Over to Brock Besser. Pierre-Luc Dubois is going to collect that in the corner. We're just trying to find somebody wide open, and we're going to ring that one right off the post. Samuel Girard had an incredible chance there, ringing it right off the post. Bro had an elite opportunity, just ringing it right off the post, and we're still going to be trailing by 2. We still got a lot of time left in this power play, but man, that is a tough one right there. We should have scored there, but it's not going to be happening just yet. So the boys are putting on all the pressure. We just can't capitalize. We can't even get a shot towards the net right now. Dallas is blocking everything right now. It's actually ridiculous. I think they might have 7 block shots in the last minute 30. So we're going to send that towards net. William Eklund, can you bury it? Bro couldn't get the shot off in time. He would have certainly had a goal there if he could only have gotten that shot off. So time's just going to run out for us. We're going to throw that towards the net. Jake Ottinger's making the save. All right, do we really have to play the final 0.7 seconds? We lost this game. We outshot them like crazy, though. We outshot them 40-21. They scored 5 goals on 21 shots. The defense did not show up in this game. We had a couple great opportunities. Samuel Girard just couldn't bury that one, and we're losing in the first round here. That is a tough loss. We had so many amazing opportunities. William Eklund almost tucked one. Samuel Girard rung that one right off the post. We just couldn't catch a break in this game. That's a tough loss for the New Mexico Bandits. I don't think we were making that comeback even with the simulation. I had to jump into that one. Unfortunately, we couldn't make that comeback, but we had so many amazing opportunities. Jake Otten just stood on his head. Nothing you can do about it. We lost to a great goaltender. He played fantastic. I can't really expect too much more from the boys other than playing a bit better defense. So the Dallas Stars would make a push for the Stanley Cup, making it to the conference finals, but they would fall to the eventual champs in the Winnipeg Jets. It's been too long since the Bandits have won a Stanley Cup. We got to get back next season. We're going to make a couple small changes to the team. We got to get the offense a bit better. But then again, it wasn't really the offense's fault. It was the goaltending. Goaltending completely folded on us. Kochetkov, you got to be better than this, plain and simple. So we might have been upset in the postseason, but at least we're not going to be upset in the draft. We're going to be getting a medium league potential goaltender starting off as a 64 overall. And it looks like we're going to keep on winning in the draft. Now we're bringing in a medium league potential centerman. But why would we ever stop winning a highly potential goaltender in the second round? No, the second round was amazing for us. So if I hadn't gotten enough mediumly potential goaltenders, why not draft another one with the 124th overall? No, this draft is something else. A lowly potential player now. We just keep getting win after win. And then to finish the draft off, another lowly potential player. But the best thing about this player, he's a gem. So he's going to turn into a superstar. Well, maybe not for us because I mean it's going to take him so long to develop, but he could be a good player. So Kaliev and Klim Kostin are both going to be leaving the team here. Unless I can sign Klim Kostin to a very cheap deal, we can do this. I'll do 1.6 million for next season. He's a good fourth line guy for us. And then Kaliev, I'm just going to let you walk. I guess when it comes to goaltending, we do need to keep one of these goaltenders around. I'm assuming it's going to be Joel Hofer. He's being the most reasonable here. We'll do 2 years at 900K. Because I'm assuming Dostal's going to be looking for like 2.5 million. Bro is wildin'. Yeah, it's not happening. All right, so we got a couple contract extensions to give out. McMuffin, I would love to keep you on this team. Barring what you're looking for, do I want to give you this to be a third line guy for us? Like realistically, like our playmaking is set on this team. What we really need is a superstar power forward. I'm going to hold on to you for this season, but then next season you will be traded for a power forward. Jacob Middleton, I was really contemplating trading you away, but you know what? One last run. Maverick Bork, you're a great bottom six guy for us, so I'll keep you on this team. What are you going to be looking for? We could probably do 2.3 for one season. So here's 2.3 for one season. You hold down the bottom six. That's where Klim Kostin is going to be. Lecker Mackey, I'd love to keep you on this team as well. What are you looking for? We could do 2.5 for the next 3. Actually, we'll make that 2.6 just so we know he'll join the team. And then Pikolzin, I don't think you've ever played in the NHL for us, but 900K, I'm perfectly fine with that. So we're crafting up a deal with the Anaheim Ducks, but we're going to have to give up so much to get this guy, but I think it's going to be worth it. We're going to be trading this medium-elite potential player we just got, who's a 54 overall. We're going to be trading Pierre-Luc Dubois and that highly potential goaltender. All of these guys for Cutter Gauthier, low franchise potential. They just want a bit more. Cutter Gauthier is going to help this team a lot. He's going to be an absolute stud for us. I'll give you this 4th round pick, and that's going to be enough. Cutter Gauthier, welcome to the team. Now let's go ahead and win a Stanley Cup. Now this is going to be a big season for us. Cutter Gauthier is going to be joined the team, but basically the forward core is going to be looking identical. Mantha, more than likely this is going to be your last season with the team. We have to win a Stanley Cup this season. A lot of the guys on the defense are going to be changing over the next couple of years. Shea Theodore is 33 years old. Siegenthaler is 31 years old. JJ Moser is 28, so we'll keep him around. Carlos 31. Samuel Girard is 30 years old. We don't have too much time left with these guys. When it comes to goaltending, Kochetkov, I need a career year from you. I need a career year from every single player on this team. Let's start scoring more goals. So the New Mexico Bandits at the trade deadline are 4th in the entire league, 37-20-5 record. The offense still just doesn't score goals here, and our defense isn't quite as good. So I don't really know what's going on this season. I don't know why we can't score goals. I'm thinking we have to bring in a different coach here. I think a different coach would make a huge difference here. However, we have built this team based on this coach's line chemistry, so we'll have to think on that. Zach Benson, he's looking great so far. Cutter Gauthier is looking great. Brock Besser's looking great. The team's looking great here. Maybe the defensive core is aging out. I'm not really too sure. Kochetkov's looking fantastic. Do we make a move here? I mean, we're not making a move to the defense. We're not making a move to the top 6. So is there really any move that's going to help this team? I don't think so. I mean, maybe Velarde. Like, I don't know. Maybe he can play some bottom 6 minutes for us. But even Velarde on the bottom 6 doesn't really help a ton. You know what? We're still going to do a deal for Velarde. It's going to be Ryan McLeod in a 2nd round pick over to the Winnipeg Jets. Velarde's going to be brought to the team. He's going to play some bottom 6 minutes, and he's going to help us get that Stanley Cup. So at this point, I'm fully convinced if we want to start scoring more goals here, we just have to bring in a new coach. A 50-26-6 record's amazing, but 3.26, where does that put us in the entire league? We got to have one of the worst offenses. Okay, maybe it's not as bad as I think. think. It's kind of like a middle of the pack offense. Actually, it might be in the upper echelon. So right now we have the 14th best offense in the NHL, and then when it comes to defense, we're tied for the best. So you know what? I'm pretty confident how the team's looking. However, we are going to have a tough matchup in the first round. Blockbuster 72 points. He's scoring a ton of goals here, picking up 34. William Eklund 69 points. Zach Benson 67. I mean, the low scoring numbers could be because we have so much scoring depth here. We're just spreading out the love. And then when it comes to Kochetkov, 41 wins, 7 shots, a 916, a 247. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He knew what happened last season, and it's time for us to get our revenge. We have the Dallas Stars in the first round. Like always, it's going to be a tough matchup. So we know the Dallas Stars aren't going to mess around. They're going to come out flying, but luckily we are going to be taking game number 1, but dropping game 2 right after that. Game number 3 is going to be going to us because Kochetkov's standing on his head. We have a 3-1 series lead, and I don't think this team's going to blow a 3-1 series lead. Closing out in game number 6 here because we're going to drop game number 5. Just don't lose back-to-back games here. We're going to be closing this out in overtime. We're off to the second round. So it wasn't too long ago we matched up against the Colorado Avalanche, and they would be able to eliminate us after we made a massive comeback in game number 6. We get to match up against them again here, but we're looking to get our revenge. So here we go. The Colorado Avalanche taking on the Bandits. We're going to be dropping game number 1. We dropped 3 straight games. We got swept. I didn't think we would get swept. I know I'm supposed to only simulate 3 games at a time, but you know what? I believed in the Bandits. I was like, you know what? I'll give them 4 games, and we got swept. The New Mexico Bandits don't get swept. I got nothing to say. Like, I really don't know what to say there. In my head, I knew I should probably only simulate 3 games, but you know what? I believe in the Bandits. We're one of the best teams in the NHL. We're a dominant team. We play great defense. There's no way we get swept in a 4-game series. We're not going to get outscored. Not even outscored. We're not going to allow enough goals that we're going to lose in 4 straight games. Colorado's going to win the Stanley Cup. That's a tough loss to process here. So after being swept to the Colorado Avalanche, things continue to not look that great. We are going to get a low elite potential player, but so far this draft has been cooked. Like, there's been very few elite players we can actually pick up here. I'm just sorting by potential. You know what? We're taking swings here. I guess we'll try for this guy. He might have low elite potential for lucky. All right, that was a decent pickup then. But this draft really hasn't worked out too well for us. I mean, we're just going to try to pick up what we can here. Maybe we can get another low elite potential player. Low top 6. I guess it could be worse. So McMuffin's going to be qualified here as an RFA because I don't think we're going to bring him back to the team, especially for the role he's going to be playing. I can't give him 8.4 million. Like, he just doesn't fit that role. Velarde's not going to come back. Clem Costin, you continue to be a good bottom 6 piece, so why not? 1.3 million for the next 2 years. He's coming back. Jacob Milton, you're going to be leaving. Harris, you're going to be leaving as well. Velarde, we could potentially do something here, but I'm not giving you a no movement clause, so we're not going to bring you back. So we have a lot of guys on expiring contracts right now. JJ Mosen, Brandon Carlo, Shea Theodore, McMuffin, Rudder McGroarty. It's going to be really tough to keep everyone on this team, but we're going to try to do so. I guess we're going to start with JJ Moser being one of the best players on this team at 92 overall. I don't think I can give JJ Moser 10.4 million. I just don't think I can. I mean, can you fit on the top pairing? If you fit on the top pairing, then maybe I can keep you around. He has a pretty decent fit there. JJ Moser, let's get something to happen. So after a solid negotiation with JJ Moser, we're giving him a no movement clause because he's going to be sticking around for the rest of this rebuild. 6.7 for the next 8 years. What an absolute steal. Bro was looking for $10 million and we got him for 6.7. Carlo's going to be leaving the team here. Shea Theodore's going to be leaving the team. We're going to trade both of these guys. McMuffin, more than likely you're going to leave the team. Rudder McGroarty, what are you actually looking for? I mean, you're a third line centerman for us. We can do this for sure. We can do 3.3 for the next 2 years. That's a great deal. Logan Stankoven, you're playing some top 6 minutes for us, so let's try to keep you around, but not at this price. $6 million for 1 year. We're going to have to wait on that. So we negotiated a deal with Kochetkov. We're going to be looking at 6 years with a no movement. It's going to be 6.2 for the next 6 years. That's going to allow us to save $2 million. And then Joel Hofer, you're an elite backup, $825K for the next 2. So Shea Theodore, I want to thank you for all the years here. You helped us win a Stanley Cup, but you know what? It's time for us to move on here. And we're going to send you over to the Calgary Flames. 1 for 1, we're getting Zane Parekh. I no doubt anyone will think that Calgary came out on the short end of the stick. We just got Zane Parekh, and he's going to be a star defenseman. So if you know one thing about me, I'm not a fan of Luke Hughes. He is an offensive defenseman who can't produce offensively in this game. I'm yet to trade for Luke Hughes in any of my rebuilds so far, but he just picked up 62 points in 82 games. Luke Hughes, you're going to get one chance with this team. I'm going to trade Brandon Carlo over for Luke Hughes. We need to add a bit more to this deal. Yes, I'm trading Carlo straight up for Luke Hughes. I mean, it's not straight up. It's Carlo and a 7th round pick for Luke Hughes, but you get the point. Carlo and 2 7th round picks for Luke Hughes. You are going to get one opportunity, Luke Hughes. Well, I mean, it's not really one opportunity. You're getting 4 years with this team. You need to prove you can be an offensive defenseman that can produce. So we don't have too many deals left to do here, but we do have this one. It's going to be McMuffin and a a second round pick over to the Vegas Golden Knights for Wiseman. I'm actually really surprised they're saying no to that deal. Like, trade value wise, we've offered more than enough. Here's a third round pick as well, and now we need a bit more. Okay, here's a 6th round pick. We're basically gonna have no draft picks for this upcoming season. That's perfectly fine. And because of the way we've managed the salary cap so far, Wiseman, I'm gonna give you 6.3 for the next 3 years, and you might be a top 6 player for us. I haven't really decided yet. I did not realize you had a superstar X factor. Okay, bro's actually really good. So the forward core has never looked this good. Look at the left side. William Eklund, Zach Benson, Wiseman. This is an elite left wing. Nobody's gonna be able to compete with us there. When it comes to the defense, nobody can compete with this top 4. Yeah, we have a -1 boost on the third pairing, but you know what? Zane Preck's gonna lead that, so we'll still be in a great spot. And then when it comes to goaltending, Kochetkov, 89 overall. We all know what you're capable of, but can you live up to the hype? Can this team live up to the hype? I mean, the answer is no. We haven't done that the past like 4 years, but things are about to change, hopefully. So the offense was certainly better, but we're still not first in the entire league because the Edmonton Oilers are just built different. 49, 10, and 4 to our 43, 16, and 4. Their offense is better than ours. Their defense is better than ours. Very rarely do I see a team that has a better offense and a better defense than us. That's normally me. I'm usually the guy building those teams, but I guess not today. Brock Besser, Cutter Gaucher, Eklund, Stankoven, you guys are looking great so far. Stankoven still needs an extension. We'll go ahead and give him that because Kochetkov, he's looking amazing like usual. So instead of making some trades here, we'll give Stankoven that extension. So it looks like we are going to be able to keep Logan Stankoven around 5.5 for the next 4 with the 21 team no trade clause. So Stankoven, welcome back to the team. And then Maverick Bork, let's see what you're looking for. You're looking for 3.9 million. I want to do multiple years. Is there any way we can do multiple years? How about we do 2 years at 3.6 million? Are you willing to accept that? I guess we'll find out. Now, how often does a team finishing with a 56-19-7 record finish second in the entire league? Like, I can't really expect too much more from this team right here. Maybe some more offense though. Let's score the puck. Like, seriously, score. We don't have a single point a game scorer on this team, although the plus minuses are amazing. Luke Hughes, I'll give you a bit of credit. You weren't terrible here. Granted, we're not a high scoring team, so 46 points and plus 32, you were actually decent this season. So shout out to Luke Hughes for actually being good for once. An offensive defenseman that actually produced in NHL 25. It's a glorious sight. Honestly, I never thought I'd see the day. Luke Hughes producing, it doesn't even seem real. In the first round, we have the Chicago Blackhawks. Let's see if Luke Hughes can continue to produce. So have we learned from our mistakes? Absolutely not. I'm simulating the first 4 games, and we're going to be winning game number 1. So at least we're going to make it through 4 games here, but we're not dropping 2 straight. Of course, we're not going to do that, but we are going to split the series. All right, we were the second best team in the entire league. Whatever you do, don't drop game 5. We drop game 5. All right, game 6. Luke Hughes, I guarantee you, you have 0 points so far. Like, we're really down this series. We're picking up 2 goals in the first period. In the second, we're picking up another one. Let's do something stupid and simulate the entire game. All right, we're off to game 7. I was fully expecting us to lose there. So we got ourselves game 7 between the Chicago Blackhawks and the Bandits. We're exchanging goals in the first period. In the second, we are going to have a 1-goal lead entering the third. But you know what? A 1-goal lead's not enough for me. And this is exactly why a 1-goal lead's not enough. It's now a tie game. So we got ourselves a tie game here. We're entering the final minutes. We're about to reach the 5-minute mark, and that means I'm going to be jumping into this one. There's 4:59 left in this one. I can't trust the CPU. I got to do it myself. Okay, I'm not going to lie. Offensively, the Chicago Blackhawks were cooking us, but we're going to be drawing a penalty here. Not going to lie. That team was absolutely flying. If we don't draw that penalty right here, Chicago's probably picking up a goal. Like, the amount of offense the Chicago Blackhawks had there was absolutely ridiculous. That team was skating around us. So we got ourselves a nice 2-minute power play. We're going to capitalize on it. Aiden Hill's going to be starting off with a massive save, but we're just building that full pressure meter up. So we definitely have to capitalize on this power play. If we score here, we're going to have a 1-goal lead entering the final couple minutes. We're going to tee that one up towards the net. I was kind of hoping for a deflection, but I guess we're not going to get it. But I think we are going to keep the puck in the zone. Okay, Capo Caco, you got to keep that in the zone. All right, Wiseman's got the puck. Holy, this guy has wheels. I don't know what it is. Wiseman can absolutely fly. He's going to pick up this goal, isn't he? He's going to have that shot block, but man, Wiseman has got some wheels on him. You know who else has got some wheels? Zach Benson, but not quite as good as Wiseman. That man could absolutely fly. It was ridiculous. But we're going to throw that towards the net. We're going to send it over to Zach Benson. What a pass from William Eklund. I think he went between the legs, and I think he might have went between the legs of all the defensemen. Zach Benson capitalizing on a huge goal there, but look at that pass from William Eklund. Bro thread the... Okay, it wasn't even between the legs pass. I thought that pass was a lot nicer. I thought it was a no-look between the legs pass, but I guess not. He's just going to throw that in front of the net. Zach Benson's right there. That's an easy goal for him, and we got a 1-goal lead. So we got 2 minutes left, a 1-goal lead. We just got to play some great defense. But you know what? Chicago's got some amazing offense, so we have to be careful. So the net's pulled. We have an opportunity. Mantha's going to go for the empty net. Is he going to hit that from all the way in our own zone? It doesn't look like it. He's going to be a little wide of the net. Mantha, that was a great shot, but now we got to win the faceoff. That might have been a risky play there. He went for the win, and now we have a faceoff in our own zone. We got to win the faceoff. Maverick Bork, we're aligned on you. Can you win this faceoff? It doesn't look like it. Samuel Girard's going to be blocking the shot, though. That was a huge block from him. Let's try to get the puck out of the offensive zone here. Connor Bedard had a great opportunity. We're going to send it over to Maverick Bork, and now the game's over. Klim Kostin, he's going to fake the shot here, and then he's going to get it past the defenseman. I was trying to wait for the defenseman to bite on that slap shot. He didn't, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Klim Kostin's going to bury the empty netter, and we're going to win this game. So the boys won the game with that empty netter, but why not try to pick up another goal here? We got the big time players out here. Why do we have our big time players out here? I don't know, because why not? JJ Moser, a huge hit there. He's going to send it up to Brock Besser. And they pulled the goalie again. All right. Brock Besser, pick up your third goal. Yeah. Brock Besser's third goal of the postseason here. We're winning this one 6-3 or whatever the score is. Honestly, I wasn't expecting Chicago to pull their goaltender again, but I guess they are. And we won this game. So Zach Benson's going to be scoring the winner, but we're going to pick up 2 empty netters. We're off to the second round with this big victory. Show it to the boys. They all stepped up when we needed them to, especially Capo Caco. 2 assists, 3 hits, and Luke Hughes, 2 points. Never would have expected that. Well, look who it is, the Colorado Avalanche. We have learned from our mistakes, simulating 3 games max. Last time we played the Colorado Avalanche, things really didn't go our way. We dropped game number 1. What did we do in game number 2? All right, we're down 2-1 this series. Do not lose game number 4 here. We're not trailing 3-1 this series. Yes, we are. So we got game number 5 to move on to. We're down 3-1 this series. Ideally, if I have to jump into a game, I'm jumping into game 6 here, but I think we're going to be jumping in a bit early. We're down 4-1 entering the third period. I get to play the entire third period here. Let's see if I can spark that comeback. And you know what? Since it's such a big game, we're throwing the alternates on. So we have a massive hill to climb, trailing by 3 goals. We got to get the offense going pretty quick here. And you know what? We have a great opportunity. Cutter Gaucher trying to go to the backhand, but instead he just did a very strange shot. We're going to send it back to Samuel Girard. Samuel Girard over to Luke Hughes. He's about 19 feet wide the net. We're going to try to throw that on net. Bro, ain't no way Cale Makar blocked that shot. We got so unlucky there. We just about had a goal. But it looks like Cutter Gaucher's got himself another break. Can he throw that one towards the front of the net? It doesn't look like he can get the pass across. Brock Besser, go grab that loose puck. What are you doing? It looks like he's laying the hit. That's what he's doing. He's laying the body. He's going to the backhand here, but Gorgiev's going to make the save. Let's go short side. Gorgiev's not ready for it. I knew it. Gorgiev wasn't ready for the short side shot. Brock Besser's going to bury that one in the back of the net, and we're back in this game. The boys are putting on all the pressure right now. Colorado can't compete with us. We're absolutely flying. Look at Brock Besser. He knew Gorgiev was going to bite short side, so that's where he went, and he couldn't make that save. So look at Girard picking up that loose puck. We got ourselves a bit of a 2-on-1. We're going to send it over to Capo Caco. He's got himself a wide open net. He's going to bury that one, and just like that, it's now a 1-goal game. So our boy Wiseman's out on the ice here. We got to play this puck to him. I don't know how we're going to get that to him. Bro, ain't no way Siegenthaler's not catching that pass. We passed it right over to Siegenthaler, and he's going to muffle it. Kochetkov passes this over to Siegenthaler. We're going to break this out, and he muffled the pass. No, that's tough. I want to get the puck to Wiseman. I want him going coast to coast. We know he's got those wheels. But Siegenthaler, you got to catch that, man. So we were able to draw ourselves a penalty, so we're going to have a massive power play here. We got to capitalize on this one. If we score this power play goal, it's still going to be a 1-goal game, but we just have to score quick enough. As long as we score fast here, we're going to give ourselves a lot of time. We're throwing that towards the net, but it's going to be blocked. All right, let's go, Luke Hughes. All right, bro's turning on the Jets here. I'm going to let him go coast to coast. We're going to let Luke Hughes go coast to coast here and just see what happens. He is cooking in front of the net. Why did you move, Zach Benson? You were in the perfect spot and you moved out of the way. We would have had you on the doorstep, but you decided to move last second. Bro, why are you doing this to me? So I don't think we're going to be able to make the comeback in this game. Like, I really think we're going to lose to the Colorado Avalanche here, and it was just because this team couldn't step up in the big time moments. Okay, no way that's the goal. Yeah, no, we're done here. That's going into the net. We have had elite chance after elite chance, and you're telling me this right here is going to end up in the net. It was just a basic shot thrown towards Kochetkov, but I guess Nichushkin just happens to be right there. We got absolutely robbed in this game. everything went wrong. Like, this play started it all. Kochetkov wants to play this out because we have Wiseman out here. We know Wiseman has those wheels, so it's a pretty basic play. Just send this over to Siegenthaler, have him break it out. This is a good pass, but Siegenthaler just kicks it the wrong way. Bro, you probably should try to kick it towards your stick, not away, and because of that, Kochetkov's not in a great spot. Ain't no way we're losing like that. We're going to be falling to the Colorado Avalanche yet again here, but I'm not taking the blame for this one. So I'm going to make a stick on the ice statement. Things are serious when I make a stick on the ice statement. We have 4 years left in this rebuild, 3 Stanley Cups minimum. We're winning 3 in the next 4 years. The team's going to step up big time. We're going to make some changes. We're going to bring in some superstars. Brock Boeser, you were great during the postseason. I don't know what held us back here. It was Kochetkov. He wasn't good yet again here, but it can't be Kochetkov's fault considering we have one of the best defenses in the entire league. Wiseman, you were terrible. You were -6 here. What's your speed? I'm actually very curious. He has 95 acceleration, 95 agility, 94 speed. That seems about right. Bro was flying out there. Now, if we're going to win 3 Stanley Cups in the next 4 years, there is one thing we need, and that's prospects that have trade value, and that's what we're going to be getting here in the first round. All right, so we have 4 guys that need to be re-signed. Sandberg, what are you going to be looking for? I think you're going to be looking for a bit too much here. 5.5 million, we only have 3.6 to work with. Mantha, I don't plan on bringing you back. However, there is this young guy. How many years can we do? Like, we can do 2 years at 1.4 million. That will keep him on the team for the next 2, and he can be a good third pairing defenseman for us. And really, that's the only important guy we have to sign here. I mean, we'll give this goaltender his entry level contract, but outside of that, we're ready to roll. So we got to give it some extensions, and Cutter Gauthier is going to get the first one. It's going to be 9.2 for the next 8 years. He's going to be sticking around. We're actually going to be saving a bit of money on his contract. Samuel Girard, I think we're going to trade you away. You're 32 years old. You're only going to be getting worse from here on out, and we'd be able to get a pretty good young defenseman for you. Capo Caco, I'm not really too sure what to do with you. I'm going to be honest, like, you've been a pretty good top 6 guy for us, but you know what? The team hasn't been able to win the last couple of years, so do we change things up a little bit here? Like, you've been slowly regressing over the past couple of years, so I think we are going to make a move with you. So this is the first deal we're going to start with. It's going to be Siegenthaler over to the Seattle Kraken. We're going to bring in Young. He's going to be a good defensive defenseman. He fits on the third pairing, so he's going to help us. We're also getting Berkeley Catton, even though he's never developed. He's only a 79 overall. Don't really know what happened with Berkeley Catton, but I guess we're not going to get him. Are we just going to go 1 for 1 here? This is going to be like a 7 overall drop, so it definitely is going to be hurting the team a little bit, but you know what? We're getting a nice young defensive defenseman. Once we flip Samuel Girard, we'll be able to bring in another star, so I'm not too concerned. Okay, now this is going to be a difficult deal to get done, but I think it's going to be possible. Girard over to the Minnesota Wild. We got Samnov here. On top of him, we're also going to get a first and second rounder. I'm really hoping we can at least get 1 pick in this deal. Can I at least get a first rounder? All right, that's huge for us, because now we have to head over to the Utah Hockey Club, and we got to make another move. And the reason we're heading over to Utah is so we can make this move right here. 2 first rounders, a mediumly potential goaltender, and a medium top 6 potential forward. That's going to be sent over. They're accepting immediately. I know I was offering way more trade value, but I really didn't expect them to say yes to that. Now, I guess the real question is, with this young defenseman I acquired, are we going to be able to keep him on this team? He's looking for $10 million, but only a 1-year deal. We're going to hold off a little bit. The other young defenseman we acquired, I'm assuming we can keep him on this team. We're going to be able to. We just have to go through a bit of a negotiation. So it looks like we're going to be keeping Young around. It's going to be $5.2 million for the next 4 years. I was contemplating giving him a no movement clause or something, but he's too young to get one. So I mean, yeah, it wasn't really much of a point in going into a negotiation. So because of the salary cap situation on this team, more than likely a couple guys are going to be walking away at the end of the season. Capo Cac was going to be leaving. Klim Kostin's going to be leaving. That's perfectly fine. We have an elite defense here. We have an elite offense. And on top of all that, amazing goaltending. But can we show up in the postseason? That's the biggest question mark for this team. So I've lost all faith in our coach. Like, I actually give up with this man. He's not going to win with this team anymore. 18th in the entire league. We are virtually the exact same team. We have one of the best defenses in the entire league. Like, we're looking at a top 10 defense here. Where does our offense rank though? We might have one of the worst offenses in the entire league. This team is not scoring goals. Like, William Eklund's leading the way with 51 points. Cutter Gauthier 50 points. Zach Benson's -14. Don't really know why he's -14. He's never had a negative plus minus up until this season. The last time he had a negative plus minus, he was in Buffalo and he picked up 71 points. Since coming to the Bandits, bro's been great up until this season. I believe in this team. I believe in Kochetkov, who has terrible numbers right now. I don't want to make any trades. I don't care if we're a bad team right now. I don't feel like making trades with this team. I know what we're capable of. Now I just want to look at this team before we look at the standings. Cutter Gauthier, Brock Boeser, William Eklund, Zach Benson, Logan Stankoven, Capo Caco. So we're looking at a 90 overall, a 93, a 92, another 92, 88, 86, 84, 88, 89. There's clearly no team in the league that is better than this team right here. Lekermaki's an 86, Bork's an 85, Cole's an 81. What an incredible offense. Looking at the defense, 90, 89, 86, 92, 88, 86. Wow, what an incredible defense. And 86 being the lowest overall. Clearly this team must be looking great. Kochetkov an 89 overall. I think if you were to calculate the average overall on this team, we'd be sitting at an 87. Keep that in mind. 18th in the entire league, and we missed the playoffs. So the coach has already been fired. The power play coach has been fired. The assistant coach has been fired. Every coach has been fired already. Even the AHL coaches, I'm firing everyone. Like, I don't even want to look at the stats for this team. Absolutely atrocious. I don't know what happened this season. I don't know why all of a sudden we just became a really bad team. Kochetkov, you weren't good. Nobody on this team was good. The Oilers are Stanley Cup champions. We have 3 seasons left to win 3 Stanley Cups. Last season, I said in the final 4 years we'd win at least 3. Now we have to complete a 3-peat. Ain't no way that just happened. Now, I couldn't care less about this medium league potential player. Like, we really missed the playoffs. Like, that is so incredibly wild that it makes absolutely no sense. Like, the New Mexico Bandits actually missed the postseason. How does that even happen? Like, by rights, we should be the best team in the entire league. We have the best first line, the best second line, the best third line, and the best fourth line, the best top pairing, the best second pairing, and the best goaltending. But even with all of that, we're missing the playoffs. Like, how does that happen? Now I understand why the coach let us down. It was the final year and we haven't given him an extension. But yeah, the assistant coach is gone. We're firing him. The associate coach is gone. We're firing him. The AHL coaches, we're even firing them. We're getting a completely new coaching staff here. Nobody's returning. So Vladimir Pushkarev, you're going to be rejoining the team. It's going to be 9.7 for the next 5 years. He's accepting on the spot. Kapokako, Klim Kostin, Pekolzin, all of you guys are leaving the team. All right, so this is an amazing deal. I'm actually going to give Luka exactly what he's looking for, 1.25 for the next 2 years. By keeping him on this team, that's going to round out the third pairing, but we are going to have to make a trade. Or do we just hold on to this defenseman? Actually, we're going to trade this defenseman right here. All right, so we need some more forwards on this team. The defense is basically set for the rest of the rebuild, but we do need some new forwards here. Jacobson, you're going to join the team and you're going to play some bottom 6 minutes. The next guy we're going to bring to the team here is going to be Petrov. It's going to be 2 years at 960K. He'll fit on the bottom 6. We don't have to pay him too much. We're throwing a prospect, a 3rd and 4th rounder into this deal, and that should be enough to bring him to the team. They're saying no to that. Okay, we're getting finessed out here. Here's the 7th round pick as well. This should be more than enough. We're offering way more when it comes to trade value, and we're finally getting this one done. And then we will make one free agent signing here to fill out the bottom 6. All right, so we brought in an entirely new coaching staff. We're going to be running some lines like this. Stankoven, I think you're going to play some 3rd line minutes this season. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? We got to definitely turn it around this season. Like, we missed the playoffs last year. That can't happen again. We have an offensive oriented coach. We brought in a lot of offensive oriented assistant coaches and associate coaches. Things have to change here. We have to go on a run. We got to win a Stanley Cup, and it all has to start right now. I don't get it. I truly don't get it. Like, we have such a good team here. 9th in the entire league, a 36-23-3 record. We're still not scoring goals here. We have a good defense, but I just don't get it. Like, why are we not scoring goals? Like, do I just have players that have bad shoot pass biases? I don't know what it is. Blockbuster, you're getting up there in age, 90 overall. You're still producing, but you're just not that guy anymore. Cutter Gaucher, maybe you just don't sim very well. I don't know what it is. Cutter Gaucher, maybe I'm going to trade you away. I haven't decided. Like, we got to make some moves here. Actually, I don't even think I could trade him away. I'm pretty sure I gave him a no movement clause. He'll stick around for the rest of the rebuild. Yes, I did. I just don't know what it is. Like, Logan Stankoven, for a sniper, you don't really shoot that well. Like, your shooting stats are actually very mid. So I don't know. Maybe we just need to bring in some different scorers because we're clearly not scoring goals here. Let's try to make some moves. All right, so this is what we're doing. We're going to trade for 2 of the best goal scorers in the league. We're going to pick up this one from the Montreal Canadiens, and then we're going to pick up a different one from the Chicago Blackhawks. Hopefully this is going to be enough here. It doesn't look like it. I guess we're doing 2 first rounders. 2 first rounders are going to be thrown into this deal. Hopefully we can get it done. I mean, we're not even fitting their trade block whatsoever, but I don't care. We have to get a deal done. We have to bring some goal scoring to the team, and it looks like this is going to be the deal. Now, this deal is a bit riskier. We have to give up one of our best playmakers in Zach Benson, but you know what? We need goal scoring on the team, so we have to do this. I'll take the first round pick out. We'll just get a second back. I'm actually perfectly fine with going 1-for-1 here. They're again the better player, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We have to start scoring goals. Now we have 2 30-goal scorers on this team, a 27-goal scorer in Brock Besser, a 26-goal scorer in Wiseman. We should be able to bury a bunch of goals now. All right, so here's our goal scoring team. We're loading up the first line. We just have to start scoring goals. Hopefully these guys can completely turn our season around. All right, so New Mexico was really good to finish out the season. We only lost 4 more games to finish out the year. After the trade deadline, we lost 4 games, a 52-26-4 record, but more importantly, our goals per game jumped by 0.2. That's actually quite a big difference considering how many games we'd already played. The average going up that much. Antonov, what'd you do since joined the team here? 19 goals in 20 games. That's what we needed. We needed a goal scorer like that. And then the other goal scorer we picked up, I don't think he really did too much. 6 goals here. I need more than 6 goals from you. I picked you up because I thought you were going to be a big goal scorer, but you didn't do that. But you know what? The team's looking better here. Kochetkov still got great numbers, but can we win when it matters most? We have the Chicago Blackhawks in the first round, back in the postseason. Let's finish this off with a 3-peat. All right, we need New Mexico to start winning. Okay, we lost 4 games to finish out the season. You're telling me we're dropping game number 1 here? That's not how it works. And we're dropping game number 4. All right, we're moving into game 5 here. A best of 3 moving on. We're going to be winning game number 5. Can we win game number 6 and make it to the second round? Probably not. but it looks like we're actually gonna be able to do so. I don't want to stop here. This team's got a bit of momentum. Whenever we stop, things go bad. We have the Colorado Avalanche up next. Colorado's been a tough fight so far, but you know what? We're finally gonna get past this team. What's gonna happen in game number 1? We're gonna shut them out. We're gonna be dropping game 2. We're dropping game 3, but once again, game 4, we're picking up a shutout. Kochetkov's been amazing so far. Can we do it once again in game number 5? Yes, we can. Game 6 is gonna be a huge one, and we're gonna be winning that one. We have the Utah Hockey Club up next. Utah, you better not be beating us. New Mexico is just built different. We're winning game 1, but we're dropping game 2. Moving on to game 3, we're gonna be dropping that one, but once again, we're gonna respond in game 4. Whenever we're down in the series, we find a way to bounce back. We're gonna be dropping game number 5, but I have full belief in this team. We got a new coach. We got the offense rolling. We're scoring goals. We just have to keep on scoring goals here. So the Bandits are taking on the Utah Hockey Club. They're picking up the first goal of the game. We're responding in the second period. This is gonna be a tough finish. And just like that, Sean Couturier is gonna be giving the Utah Hockey Club, but hold on, wait. Oh, okay, well, never mind. We're down again. All right, I was about to get super gassed, but now we're down again. We have 10 minutes left in this game. Hopefully Utah doesn't score again. Ideally, we pick up a goal here, and that's what I was looking for. We're about to hit the 5-minute mark. That's exactly what we hit. Now it's time for me to jump in. I know for a fact I can pick up a big time goal. I can give us the lead here, and then we'll be off to game 7 of the conference finals. I'm going to win us this game right here, and then we'll move on. Now, Utah, you might have a great forward core here, but the one thing you are lacking is great defense, and we have too many great forwards for you guys not to have good defense. Oh, here we go. Jacobson's got a break here. The defense is lacking. I'm going to drop that back, though. I want to go for the one-timer with blockbuster. I gave up that breakaway to go for the one-timer. That was a bad decision. Okay, Kochetkov, what are you doing? Bro, come on, man. You got, like, what are you doing? Why are you flopping around like that? Logan Cooley scoring here. I mean, I played terrible defense. Like, I'm not even gonna lie there. I played really bad defense, but Kochetkov, why are you doing that? We're shortening the bench. Let's pick up a quick goal. Let's get the top line out here. Let's get our big goal scorers out here. Let's actually get Wiseman out here and allow that man just to skate around everyone. Okay, here we go. We got a good opportunity here, and the puck's gonna be poked away. Ain't no way that happened. But you know what? We're going to score. I don't know how I went 5-hole there, but you know what? We tied this game up. That Logan Cooley goal shouldn't have happened, and this goal right here shouldn't have happened. So yeah, it's all even again. No, but that was such a cheesy goal here. It must have got deflected or something. No, we just went 5-hole. All right, we'll take it. All right, so we allowed a bad goal because I played some sloppy defense. Luckily, we picked up a goal. From here on out, we need to be perfect defensively and just have the offense keep on flying. We're moving into the offensive zone, going to the backhand, but Connor Ingram's going to make the save. So we have a couple seconds left in this one. We're going to swing it up to Jacobson. Let's see if he's got a step on the defense. Yes, he does. Can get to the backhanded time. There's a loose puck with 0.4 seconds left. Jacobson buries the winner on Connor Ingram. I don't know how that went to the net. Yeah, we're going to take that. 0.4 seconds left in the game. He just needed a couple more seconds. That one wasn't going to cross the line. Jacobson to the backhand. Connor Ingram's going to let that sneak past him. Not too much, but hey, we had one guy crash in the net. If Jacobson's not burying that one, it was going to go in no matter what. Connor Ingram's not going to make the save here. I don't know how that got past his glove, but with just 0.4 seconds left, we buried the winner. This game's all over. So with that huge goal right there, we're forcing game 7. What a big time goal from Jacobson. Now we just need the simulation to hold it. Now we just need the simulation to hold up their end of the bargain. So here we go, game 7, the biggest game of the video so far. We need to win this one. It's going to be a scoreless first period. Moving into the second, we're allowing 2 straight goals. We lost this game, didn't we? We got shut out. I almost want to end this video early, I'm not gonna lie. These last 2 seasons, they have made me not want to do 10 years. We are gonna finish these 10 years though. We're gonna try to win 2 more in the next 2 years. I don't know if it's gonna be possible. This team just constantly lets me down. I don't know what it is. Does anyone need an extension here? I'm not even too sure. McGroarty does, but there's no way he's gonna be coming back here. What's he looking for? 6.7 million. We do have $8 million to work with, but we do have to fill in an entire bottom 6. I don't know what we do here. All right, this is gonna be incredibly useful. A medium-elite potential player. We package up him with something else, then we should be able to bring in another medium-elite potential player. All right, so we negotiated a deal with William Eklund. We're giving him a no-move clause. We're going to be saving $3 million here. It's a bit more than what he's getting paid right now, about $2.7 million more, so that's not going to be hurting us too much financially. So with the elite sniper we picked up, obviously we got to bring back Igor, and it's going to be $11.1 million for the next 8 years. We're going to be saving a bit of money there. The real question is, are we going to have enough money for everyone? Like Brock Besser, I guess we're not really going to bring you back here. Luke Hughes, of course, we do have to bring you back, and where you look for $9.2 million. I'll give you a no-move movement clause and we'll get that a lot lower. So we're going to give Luke Hughes $7.2 million for the next 3 years. That's going to be saving a bit of money. And I think Brock Besser, we're just going to let you walk here. Wiseman, of course, I have to keep you on the team. Where are you going to be looking for? I basically could give you Brock Besser's money, but considering I only have to give you an extension for 1 year, this actually works out pretty good for us. So Wiseman, we're going to keep you around as well, but we're going to try to save $1 million. It's going to be 6.6 for next season, and he's going to be accepting on the spot, so that's a great deal for us. Only $300K more than what he's getting paid right now. However, Zane Parekh, I know for a fact you're going to want a lot more. Zane Parekh, you're going to make this very easy for us. $5.5 million for 1 season. That's a steal. So he's going to be returning to the team. So we're not really going to be losing anyone, I guess. Like, we have a majority of the important pieces. I mean, Jacobson, I think we might just let you walk. I mean, we're not really letting you walk. We'll just qualify you as an RFA next season, but never mind. Like, let's try to get you for $3 million or something. I think we could probably do $3.2 million for the next 2 years. So that's just a bit more what you're getting paid right now. You're sticking around. All right, the team's going to be looking elite once again next season. So we have one wise man on the team, but of course we need another one here. So that's what we're going to be picking up from the Washington Capitals. I want to get that second round pick, but I guess we're not going to be able to. Maybe we can get a 3rd and 5th rounder. I think we should be able to at least get a couple draft picks in this deal, and it looks like we're going to be able to. And then obviously we got to keep Wiseman around. It's going to be 2.3 for the next 2 years. Now hopefully we have enough money to keep everyone on this team. All right, we got to bring a couple guys to the team to fill out the bottom 6. Sam Bennett's going to be one of them. $3 million for 1 season. He's going to be accepting on the dot. Kuzmenko's also going to be getting a bit of a bag here. It's going to be 2.2 for 1 season. He's going to play on the bottom 6. Lawson Crouse is going to be next, 2.7 for 1 season. He's 35 years old, but you know what? If we can get one more good season out of him, then I'm perfectly fine with that. And then we'll finish it off with Dakota Joshua, $1.8 million for next season. So we're not quite done with extensions yet. Petrov, 2.4 for the next 2 years. We'll keep you around. And then Brock Besser, we know you're going to be leaving the team. All right, boys. Don't let me down. Score goals this season. We have a lot of goal scorers on this team. We have amazing defense, and we have an amazing goaltender. But we have to score goals this season. Keeping the puck out of the net is not going to be an issue. Scoring goals might be, though. So the New Mexico Bandits, second in the entire league. We went right to the end of this season because we just did something we've never done before. Score goals in NHL games. The 4th best offense in the entire league with the best defense. I can't believe we did it. We finally started scoring the puck. And even though we were scoring the puck, we didn't have a single player averaging a point a game. You are telling me the season where we actually score goals here, we don't have a single guy averaging a point a game. It just doesn't make sense. Like, it's honestly just a joke at this point. Kochetkov, you're good enough, 32 wins this season, but you're kidding me, right? Like, you're actually kidding me. The season in which we're 4th best in league scoring, we didn't have a single point a game player on this team. We're taking on the Chicago Blackhawks. Ain't no way. Like, at this point, it's actually just funny. Like, you're telling me 4th best in the entire league, and I was about to say we're going to get swept in the first round. That's not going to happen. However, we are going to split the series. Game number 5 is going to be a big one. Don't lose to the Chicago Blackhawks in the first round. If we lose in the first round, we're ending the video right here. And you know what? I don't plan on losing in the first round. Okay, we might. So we got game 7. The video is on the line right here, and I'm not kidding. I'm not going to continue to play if this team keeps on losing. We're tied entering the 3rd period here. What are we doing? Now, this is one of those moments where you really have to sit back and think, do I jump into this game or do I just let the CPU handle it? I feel like I got to jump into this game. The CPU has let me down time and time again. At least if I let me down, I can live with that. We're throwing on the alternate jerseys, but nah, there is no reason we should be head to game 7 right now. Game 7, tie game. We have to score a big time goal here. I'm going to do that for us. If I lose this game though, the video's immediately done. Like, we're not going to waste our time here. All right, so we're actually in the perfect position. Now, you might be thinking I'm crazy, but if we win this face-off, we give the puck to Wiseman, and he's going to have a breakaway because you already know he's going to blow past the defenseman. We're winning this face-off. Let's get it over to Wiseman somehow. It was a risky pass over to Zach Benson. We're going to keep the puck out. I don't know anymore. I really don't. That was a stupid pass. Like, let's not forget the fact that that was an incredibly stupid pass. But yeah, that happened. All right, so you know the plan here. Let's get the puck in the defensive zone. We're going to swing it up to Wiseman and just let Wiseman fly. This man's got a step here, and he's going to fly into the zone, go into the backhand, but he can't get to the backhand in time. We got the puck in the offensive zone still, but we're going to be losing it to Zach Benson. Zach Benson's really going to be the end, isn't he? We really can't catch a break right now. Like, it's actually ridiculous. I mean, to be fair, I played bad defense. That's why Zach Benson scored. But Cutter Gaucher, can you tie this game up? He's going to have the puck poked away. We're entering the final 50 seconds. The video is on the line. So Cutter Gaucher driving towards the net. Can we tap that into the back of the net? Jacobson once again. It's always Jacobson stepping up in these big moments. He's going to be tying this game up. We're off to overtime. Unless he scores another goal, it's just a couple seconds left. No, but real talk, I got to stop playing so risky. Like, we almost lost this game. Luckily, we threw Jacobson out on the ice, and we know this man steps up in the big time moments. But yeah, we're playing way too risky. Let's just play smart hockey right now. Like, this is game 7 we're talking about. If we lose here, then the video's over. We got to make sure we're playing smart hockey, and Brock Besser just about buried the winner. Bro, ain't no way. Connor Bedard just rung that off the post. We should have lost the game here. Cutter Gaucher, I think you're going to get one last chance. I'm going to try to give you a good opportunity here. Just throw that towards the net. Shillington's going to block that one. We're off to overtime. But Connor Bedard really rung one off the post there. He almost ended this game. Now, I don't know what it is, but so far in this game, I've given up so many great opportunities. That would have been a beautiful goal. That would have been an absolute beauty right there, but we can't capitalize. But as I was saying, I have given up so many amazing opportunities in this game, and I don't know why. I don't know why I'm not playing smart defense. Like, I don't know why I'm trying to play so risky here. Like, we're in overtime. There is no reason to play risky. But William Eklund's going to try to win this face-off. He's not going to be able to. But we're going to tie up the puck in the corner here. Can we get the loose puck? Yes, we can. Let's let Young go to work here. He's driving towards the net. Going to go short side. And he is going short side. Our Game 7 overtime winner. Young's picking up a huge goal here. We're staying alive. And we still got one more season to go. I'm really getting gassed up about a Game 7 overtime goal in the first round. Like, now we've made it to the second round. Like, we are still 12 wins away from hoisting a Stanley Cup. I'm getting a bit too gassed here. All right, so I refuse to stop and look at the playoff bracket. We're taking on the Colorado Avalanche. We're winning game number 1. We're going to be dropping game 2, though. I don't know what happened in game 3. I really hope we won that game. No, we didn't. We lost 6-0. Okay, that's literally one of the worst things that could have happened, but this might be. Off to game 6 elimination. I'm just fully convinced the game doesn't want me to win here. We're exchanging goals in the first period. In the second period, we're going to be exchanging goals once again here. We're off to the third period where I might have to jump in again and save the day. And just like that, Peyton Krebs, halfway through the third period, is going to be picking up a huge goal here. We can't have Colorado picking up another one here. We're jumping in right here. We have 5:11 left in the game. We have to score another goal here. All right, so you already know what we have to do. Send Jacobson out here. We only have a couple minutes left in this game. You already know he's going to score the big time goal. So let's just get the puck to Jacobson here. Let's not do anything too risky. He's going to be poking that one away. What a great play from Jacobson. Now he's going to spark the offense. We're going to swing that up to Kuzmenko. Kuzmenko's got himself a one-on-one going between the legs. He got past the D. There's a loose puck, but we can't get in the back of the net. That's a tough look. All right, Kuzmenko, let's try it again here. But you know what? We're not going to go in between the legs. We're just going to shake the defender and try to go short side here. Try to tuck it in between Joel Holfer's pads, but we can't do that. Joel Holfer's really going to be the man to take us out. Somebody who has been our backup basically the entire rebuild up until this season is now going to be eliminating us here. Like, look at Joel Holfer flashing the leather. St. Louis legend. So we're keeping the pressure on. I don't know how that wasn't offside. Luckily, we kept it in the zone here, but now they're going to be breaking out a 2-on-1. Can Young hold it down here? Nathan McKinnon's going to shoot that, and we played it. Okay, if this goal counts, we're done. I am not kidding. Nathan McKinnon, you threw that. I don't know what happened here. No way that's going in the back of the net. If this counts as a goal, we are done. Nathan McKinnon, I'm not going to lie, you kind of got pushed into the goaltender here. So that's going to be staying as a no goal. We still have a bit of time left in this one. Liljegren's going to try to bring the puck into the offensive zone. We're going to be picking that puck off, and now we're going to get it out of our zone. We're going to send it over to William Eklund. Eklund over to the front of the net. Our big-time goal scorer can't capitalize. That's perfectly fine. We still got some time left, and he's going to bury this winner. He's going to try to go short side. Short side's been working for us lately, so I think we got to keep on doing it. But we're down to the final couple minutes. Wiseman's out on the ice, but somehow Torpachenko's going to have a break here. We're going to try to poke that away from him. We're not going to be able to. Kochekov, we have to play the puck here. So we're going to keep the first line out. We're going to try to win the face-off and get to Wiseman, the fastest player in the league. If we can spring him for a break, we have a chance. So William Eklund, I need you to win this face-off right here. Is he going to be able to? He's going to be losing it. We're going to poke the puck away. Can we get away from Smith, though? Nope. Smith's going to just try to skate away from us. What a coward. Smith is an absolute coward. Bro just skate away for us. Okay, so we lost here. One more season. We got one more season to do this. Smith, you are a coward. So I'm not going to lie, that was a heartbreaking loss. Not too much we can do there. Brock Besser, I want to keep you around for one final season. But if we are going to keep you around, we have to do a cheap contract. So this is the deal Brock Besser is going to get. It's going to be $5.9 million for the next 2 years. We're going to be saving about $2 million here. Kroos, Joshua, Kuzmenko, now you guys are going to come back to the team. We'll find new guys in free agency. The entire team's going to be coming back once again. One last chance. One last chance with this exact same team. I believe in what we built here. Even though I believe in what we built here and we were the 4th best offensive team and the best defensive team, it just still doesn't work 90% of the time. So we're going to bring in Morgan Frost for the bottom 6. It's going to be $2.5 million for 1 year. And then with our final deal, I don't really know who we're going to bring in here. Whoever we can find on a cheap deal. Actually, I think this is the deal. Kaliev, here's 3.7. Please join the team for that price. I don't think you are, but you're one of the first players on the new Mexico Bandits. And for our final season, I want you to come back to the team here. And it looks like he will. So we have one more chance. One more chance to win a Stanley Cup here. Jacobson, you have to play on that second line. You've been a key part of this team. Petrov, you're going to play on the third line here. I don't know what it's going to take for us to win a Stanley Cup. An unstoppable defense, an amazing goaltending tandem. Maybe the bottom six is what's holding us back. I don't know. Maybe we just don't play these guys. I don't know what it's going to take anymore. We have been let down by the simulation time and time again here. And you know what's going to happen? We're going to somehow miss the playoffs in this final season. I'm calling it right now. I mean, the odds of that happening very low. But then again, who would have thought that in year number 7 we would be missing the playoffs? A time in which we were going for 3 Stanley Cups in 4 years, we missed the playoffs. Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, we're not even close to meeting those expectations. 3 Stanley Cups in 4 years. We might finish this entire 10-year rebuild off with only 1 Stanley Cup, and that would be an absolute shame. So the New Mexico Bandits might have finished first in the entire league, but there's one thing that's known about this team. They're complete and utter frauds. Nobody believes they're going to win the Stanley Cup. Not even me. This team is yet to prove they can actually step up in the big time moments other than Jacobson. Bro picks up big time goals in big time moments. Kochetkov, you and Rikas were picking up a ton of wins this season. Rikas might be the starting goaltender. We're going to Rikas. We have to change things up here. Rikas is the starting goaltender moving into the postseason. Kochetkov's a fraud. We're taking on the Calgary Flames in the first round. So Rikas is the starting goaltender. We had to change things up, and he's picking up a shutout in the very first game. He picked up a shutout. Okay, we've been running the wrong goaltender. Kochetkov has not been the guy, plain and simple. Rikas has been the difference maker. Bro steps in between the pipes and we immediately start winning. Have we been running the wrong goaltender this entire simulation? If we win a Stanley Cup here, I will never trade for Kochetkov for the rest of NHL 25. I made a similar statement with Luke Hughes. Bro continued to play terrible with me, and since he played terrible, I decided I would no longer bring him back to the team. Rikas is going to be picking up another shutout in game 1, so we have a 3-1 series lead. We're moving into game number 5 here, and we're going to be winning that one. In NHL 24, Luke Hughes let me down. He was an offensive defenseman that couldn't produce, and after my 9th simulation of him letting me down, I just decided, you know what, he's never coming back to the team. And you know what, Kochetkov, you were in the same boat up until the conference finals. Now we're down 3-1. So the Bandits are locking in. We're picking up 2 goals in the first period. It's going to be a scoreless second period. I'm going to simulate the entire third period, watch them score 3 goals. Never mind, Rikas is just picking up another shutout. Rikas really can't perform much better than what he's done so far. How many shutouts has he had so far? 4 shutouts? Bro is unstoppable. Kochetkov has really been the man letting us down. He's been holding us back from the inside. We're going to be allowing 2 goals in the third period, but that's perfectly fine because we're scoring 7 in this one. We're off to game 7. Game 7 in the conference finals. If we win this game, not only do we make a 3-1 series comeback, but we're in the Stanley Cup final. It all comes down to this game right here. The Edmonton Oilers and the Bandits. We're picking up 2 goals. Show it to Wiseman. Wiseman's got 4 goals in this game. We're winning it 4-1. Wiseman picked up 4 goals. The big time player showed up. Show it to Wiseman. A stick on the ice legend now. So we're not stopping. Another great performance from Rikas, too, only allowing 1 goal. We have the Stanley Cup final. I don't care what Mackey has to say. Bro, it doesn't matter. I don't want to talk with you. I don't want to look at your face. I don't want to see you ever again. We have 4 games to win. 4 games for the Stanley Cup. We're going to simulate the first 3 here. We're winning game 1, dropping game 2, and dropping game 3. We can't afford to lose game number 4 here, and we're going to be dropping it. Where has Rikas gone? But you know what? We've made a big 3-1 series comeback before. Now we have to do it again. We're moving into game number 5 here. We're exchanging goals in the first period. In the second period, we're going to be exchanging goals once again. Please don't make me jump into this game right here. I can't afford to jump into this game and then pray that the simulation steps up for 2 straight games. Jacobson, of course, you're scoring. Why am I not surprised Jacobson's picking up a massive goal here? Now we just need to hold it down for the rest of this game. We've entered the final 5 minutes. 4-3. We're picking up another one. Zane Prek is showing up. All right, we survived another game here. Now win game number 6. I can jump in and win game 7 for us, but win me game 6. Win me game 6 and I can get us a Stanley Cup. Jake Neighbors is going to be picking up 2 goals here. Jake Neighbors, you know he's a stud. He's got a hat trick in this game. We're currently trailing by 1 goal. Please don't make me jump into game 6. To be fair, I don't want to jump into any of these games. I just want to trust the team, and you know what? That's working out for us. Katagoshi is picking up a big-time goal here. We're entering the halfway point. It's a tie game. Don't allow a power play goal here. The boys are still looking good. We're entering the final 5 minutes. Okay, Zamula, you're scoring a goal here. I got to jump into this one. So the offense has to fly here. We got to score a goal fast. 4:52 left. I mean, I guess I couldn't have jumped in much sooner than I did, but we got to score a goal pretty quick here. And you know what? Wiseman's got the puck, and he is flying down the wing. He is going to roof this. Never never mind. It's going to be a massive save by the goaltender. I don't know who the goaltender is, but it doesn't matter. We're going to be getting a power play. And who's going to be taking that penalty? It's going to be Zamula. The boys are looking good right now. So the Buffalo Sabres got the puck out of the offensive zone, but Cutter Gaucher is going to be bringing it in here. He's waiting for somebody to catch up, but nobody's really catching up. So he's going to try to go back. Ain't no way William Eklund didn't score that. So here we go. William Eklund. I don't know how you didn't score earlier, but now you're going to get a great chance. You're going to rip that towards the net. The goaltender is going to make the save. I don't know how you didn't get that along the boards. You got a bit screwed there. But we're going to send it over to Wiseman, and now it's time for him to fly. Wiseman is just going to fly through everyone. This man is too fast. Actually, this could be the best thing that happens. As long as we don't give up a goal here, let's get the puck over to Wiseman. Where's Wiseman? I think he's square. Wiseman, fly down the wing. You got yourself a breakaway. Go into the backhand. Devin Levi, that was a huge save. But look at Petrov stealing the puck here. We're going to have a loose puck here. We're going to throw that towards the net, and it's Kaliev. One of the original legends on this team is going to be picking up a huge goal here. We've tied this game up. Kaliev, I didn't expect you to pick up any big-time goals here, but you were on the ice. You're going to pick up the loose puck here. There's a lot of traffic in front of the net. I don't know how you got that through, but you know what? We're going to be scoring a huge goal here. So with that big-time goal, defense, 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 we have to be perfect defensively. We can't allow a goal in the next 2:37. We have to be perfect here. Jacobson's out on the ice. I wouldn't want anyone else out there. He's going to win us this game. So we got an old blockbuster. He's not what he used to be, but you know what? He's still going to try to cook here. We're going to send that back to the defense. So Luke Hughes, can you score the winner for us? I just drove into a bunch of traffic, and then I'm surprised the shot got blocked. Like, what was I thinking there? So here we go. 20 seconds left. Look at the boys fly. Bro was zooming here. That guy might be faster than Wiseman. But now it's a 2-on-1. Can we somehow stop the puck here? Rikas is making a huge save. Look at Rikas standing on his head right now. So here we go. It's a tie game. We're entering overtime. Next goal wins. Can we stay alive in this series? No bad goals allowed. We got to be perfect defensively. So here we go. We got ourselves a chance. Look at our goal scorer absolutely flying down. He's going to his forehand, and he's going to bury that one. What is that man's speed? He is faster than Wiseman. Bro just turned on the Jets there. Superstar difficulty, and he's blowing by players like that. That makes zero sense. I need to check his speed immediately. But you know what? We're going to check it after Game 7 because that's where we're headed now. Game 7 for the Stanley Cup. The final game of the video. Can we step up when it matters? Jacobson, of course, he's picking up a goal. Luke Hughes is picking up a goal. The third period, just play good defense, and we're getting another shutout from Rikas. Kochetkov, you're never playing on my team for the rest of NHL 25. We're not even in November yet, and you're already banned from the team. Rikas picked up like 6 shutouts. So we all know who the Conn Smythe's going to, but what is Igor's speed? Bro was absolutely flying. 94 acceleration, 94 agility, 96 speed. That sounds about right. Also, I want to take a quick look at what Wiseman's was, because that dude was flying as well. What was Wiseman's? I keep hitting the wrong button, I don't know why. 98 acceleration, 95 agility, 96 speed. Yeah, so these two guys are just incredibly fast, and it makes absolutely no sense. But when it comes to goaltending, Rikas, you posted a 920, a 246, and 5 shutouts. Bro picked up 5 shutouts. Kochetkov, you played 1 game for us. You allowed 3 goals, had a 900 save percentage, and a 337. You have been banned from all future stick on the ice videos. Well, at least for the rest of the year, like maybe in 2025, I'll bring you back to the team. Who knows, because there's only so many goaltenders. But Rikas, you are an absolute hero. If you made it to the end of the video, of course, comment Rikas. Bro did the impossible here. He won the New Mexico Bandits a Stanley Cup. And honestly, I didn't even think it was going to be possible.